The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Today, we're breaking down the latest reports surrounding the New York Jets. Jets reporter Nick Faria is my guest. It is the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Wish you could have been a Jet, Fernando.
Let's see what happens.
What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
Jets, Jets.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We got a lot to talk about. Reminder, we're presented by FanDuel. If you're betting on the NCAA tournament, let's go St. John's tonight. Let's go Hofstra right now. Make sure you do it with our presenting sponsor, FanDuel Sportsbook. Major news we announced yesterday. I want to remind people, for those who missed it, brand new show coming your way on the Jets Collective YouTube channel. A brand new YouTube channel for a brand new show. Every Tuesday, join me, ESPN's Rich Samini, and longtime New York radio personality Brandon Tourney, as we talk all things Jets in a roundtable discussion. Again, that's this Tuesday at 7 Eastern, the first show. It also will be available as an audio podcast afterwards, but we'll be live on YouTube Tuesday at 7 Eastern. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. The link to do so is in the description. With that, we say hello to a Hofstra graduate. He's watching his school right now lead the Alabama Crimson Tide in the NCAA tournament. It's Nick Faria who joins us now. Nick, I cannot believe you didn't realize when you agreed to come on this week, it'd be on in the middle of your school playing in its first NCAA tournament game in 25 years.
Yeah, listen, it's an oversight on my part. It's a good example of how your schedule, when it kind of flips on its head a little bit, times all kind of mesh together. So unfortunate on my part, but hey, where would you rather be on the Jake Asman Show on a Friday? This is a football Friday. It's a lot to talk about.
Comments, questions, super chats. They will cut the line throughout. This is a bit of an open forum style show. No one individual lead topic for Nick and I to discuss. I just want to kind of do a reset on the state of the Jets and where they're at. And Nick, I was reading your story. You wrote a column over on Jet X Factor, and I want you to expand more on it to my audience here. The Jets trying to toe that line of being better and obviously trying to win a lot more games for the head coach's sake. But you also talked about the fact that fans in the past have gotten sucked in to offseason moves. So where are you at with this team right now? And kind of break down what your column was about.
Yeah, so, I mean, you think about it. What was it, last year, the opening for your show, Kings of the Offseason, this is what we do, if I remember correctly, something along those lines. It's a good example of it. The Jets, over the past, have had really good off seasons, and off seasons where fans can get excited because they've gone after big fish, Aaron Rodgers, Le'Veon Bell, C.J. Mosley. This is kind of different. They have been aggressive, but they have been sort of have a hand on behind the wheel saying, listen, we're going to be aggressive, but we're not going to go overboard with this. We're not going to just sign the top receiver or the top linebacker, and that's just how it's going to be. They have been very judicial with their process. They've been very patient with their process, trying to find players that fit the overall scheme of the team. So, yes, it's very easy to say that the Jets have had a very strong start to the offseason. We still have a month and a half to go. The NFL draft's coming up. The Jets are going to get an infusion of talent there. So it's exciting to see where the team goes in that regard. But it really does feel a little different this year, this offseason plan. The Jets are not going out with the bravado of saying, we've got the big guy, we're real, we're legit right now. It's almost a more subdued approach to say, hey, we're a little bit better today. We're a little bit better tomorrow. We're going to be even better in a week. There's no guarantees to that, but the fact that their process has been as judicious as patient as it's been, I think is a calling card and a positive sign for Darren Muji in this front office.
Another report this week was the back and forth between Mike Francesa and his source versus Connor Hughes and his source. What do you make of the power dynamics inside the Jet organization?
Yeah, I trust Connor Hughes on that one, but I also will say last year it felt like the perception around the Jets was all about Aaron Glenn. This is Aaron Glenn's team. When someone needs to have a final say, it's going to be Aaron Glenn. He has full control. It did feel, and I said this, 2 months ago at the end of your press conference, where he felt a little bit more subdued after a disaster first year, 3 wins, 3 different quarterbacks, arguably the worst passing offense in NFL history. NFL record, no interceptions when you are a former cornerback is just absolutely absurd. There were a lot of things that went wrong, and you saw more subdued Aaron Glenn. There was less bravado. There was less, I'm going to fix this, and I know how to fix this, and we're going to do this. Just don't let go of the rope. And you've seen kind of the flip with Darren Muji, where people start to say, well, he's quiet, he's this, he's that. But the process in which he talks, and we delve on process a lot, but it's very important because when you're an NFL GM, when you're an NFL executive, process is so important. What is leading you to these decisions at the end of the day? And with Muji, that process has been very strong from really the very beginning. I thought he had a good offseason last year. This year, I think he's been even better and certainly has the assets to continue to improve the roster. So the way that I see it, it's not so much that the power dynamics are in play where Darren Muji is now in control and Aaron Glenn is on the way out because he never really trusted Aaron Glenn. I don't see it that way. What I do see it as is this is far more collaborative than maybe we even expected from last year. The fact that Muji was involved in the coaching search, very, very important. Not because he's in control, but because Aaron Glenn is looking for help now. Aaron Glenn is looking for any assistance he can get to save his job, to get the Jets better. So the collaboration process for this organization is a lot bigger than it was last year. And I think that's also part of it, where you have Francesa who comes in saying, oh, Muji's in charge. That's never been the case. It's always been a collaborative approach, but we're seeing far more trust into what Muji can do now than you saw last season.
Well, it was Glenn's in charge, and now it's collaborative. So that tells me Muji has moved up in the pecking order, whether people want to say it or not.
It's trust. It's all about trust. So of all the 2 people there, whose process felt a little bit better last season? Well, clearly Muji's. By the end of training camp, he had identified weaknesses on the roster and then tried to fill them with Jawan Braves and Harrison Phillips. The trades of Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams, understanding where the team was and where they were going to be at the end of the year. He essentially said, I'm not waiting around to see if we can turn this around. Let's cut bait now, rebuild the way I want this team to look, and then go from there. So he's had his pulse on the roster, his pulse on the league, of where the league is heading, a lot more than I think Aaron Glenn has in this first year.
Hit the like button if you're tuned in. Make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. We got Asmaniac Madness coming up in just a bit. Congrats to Dave Briga on the win earlier today in the 4 versus 13 battle. That will set the stage for a JJ versus Lou B matchup, the 6 seed versus the 11 seed, coming up when we open up poll voting in the greatest tournament in all the sports. Everyone's into March Madness on this channel. We're about Asmaniac Madness. Also, weekly raffle will be on my Saturday show tomorrow. I moved it back one day to stay consistent with Saturday because I'm doing a Saturday show. So at the end of this show, however, we do have a great prize up for grabs. It is a signed jersey by each member of the legendary New York Sack Exchange. Make sure you enter the raffle by gifting a membership or sending in a $10 super chat or higher. And when you enter, you'll also be entered in the weekly raffle tomorrow morning. Curtis Martin signed helmet, Garrett Wilson signed jersey, and a signed Vinny Testaverde signed jersey as well. Huge shout out to Arnett Cooper, who's in the raffle for 1. And the first to gift the membership during the show is Derek, the Kansas Jet fan. He's in the Asmaniac raffle for 1 as well.
Can't wait.
Big time raffle at the end of the show today. Nick, let's talk about the backup quarterback situation now. The Jets still need one unless it's going to be Bailey Zappi and a rookie they draft. What's your take on what the Jets should do at that position?
They should still go after a veteran, even if that means bringing back Tyrod Taylor. However, I will say, don't overlook the fact that they simply could keep Bailey Zappi as QB2 and then draft a rookie going forward. I think they trust Geno Smith's dependability a little bit more than Justin Fields. He's obviously shown he can be a consistent passer and thrower of the football than Justin Fields, so I think that's part of it. But Bailey Zappi has started, 6-7 games, so he does have starting experience. It may not be as many stars as a guy like Tyrod Taylor or a guy like Russell Wilson, but it comes down to overall preference. I know they really liked Carson Wentz. Wentz didn't really like them. He wanted to go to a situation where he could trust the offensive coordinator and trust the talent around the team more than anything else. I think that second part's a key factor there. But after Wentz, cupboard's pretty bare. Russell Wilson, Taylor, Ripon, all these guys are available and certainly have their strengths and weaknesses. But if you're the Jets, I think it just makes more sense to go after a proven veteran who's had multiple starts, not just in 2-3 years.
I just wonder, is their plan Ty Simpson in the draft? And that's why they haven't signed any backup, because they know they could just tell Tyrod, hey, man, just wait till after the draft. We'll sign you then. Like, what's the rush right now? Some of these quarterbacks that are older, they're going to be out there. Is their plan maybe to go through the draft, see what they end up doing? Do they take the swing on Ty? Do they not? Before they invest any significant capital, in this case, it'd be financial capital in a backup quarterback. That's kind of my reading on this, given the fact it doesn't feel like they have any intention of signing a quarterback at this point.
Well, the other thing is this. It's March 20th. The offseason does not end at the NFL draft. A lot of moves are made following April selection process. So this is not just a be-all, end-all of get your backup quarterback now or else you're going to be screwed. The Jets can always make a trade. The Jets can always find a free agent to come in and be that quality backup. But I will say in regards to Ty Simpson, and I think Jets fans need to understand this, everyone's got their opinion on his ceiling. Everyone expects or everyone thinks, first-round pick, not first-round pick. His ceiling's not as high as a guy like Mendoza. If any other draft, he wouldn't go in the first round. If the Jets have fallen in love with him, and this is so important in today's NFL, if the Jets have fallen in love with him, they have to do whatever it takes to go and get him. Because that means their entire process, they have gone through the scouting process. They have seen something that they have really liked. And instead of punting that conversation and waiting, if you believe he has franchise quarterback ability, it doesn't matter what fans think. It doesn't matter what we think, Jake. If they fall in love with their guy, they have to go and get him. It's just that simple. Whether that means taking the 16th overall pick on him, whether it means trading up a little bit to get him, it does not matter. Get your guy. If the Jets believe that Ty Simpson is that, it doesn't matter what the fans think. It doesn't matter what I think or you think or anyone else. They have to go and get that guy. It's all about the process there.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Should the Jets take Ty Simpson if he's there at 16, Nick?
Personally, no. I don't. I think they would be better off drafting a quarterback in the later rounds, maybe even in the second round, and having that conversation. But again, I am not the one making the decision for the Jets. Rich Cimini is not the one making the decision for the Jets. If Darren Muji really likes what he sees and Aaron Glenn concurs, under no circumstances should they sit there and take the court of public opinion and say, we really, really like him and think we can win, but our fans aren't going to be too happy. That's probably not something we want to do. They have to get their guy. If they feel that he is the case, they have to go and get him.
Well, this is where the human element also comes into play, because Muji doesn't need to get his quarterback now. He could use that pick on a player that could help the head coach that's desperately trying to save his job win games. And I don't think Darren Muji feels pressure from ownership to have to come away with the long-term answer.
He's had a good offseason. Yeah. There's a lot of trust up.
Yeah, there's trust, and he set himself up with the 3 firsts and 27, where the Jets in a better quarterback class are in position to potentially get one. And if you take Ty Simpson at 16, that's a major swing that's on your resume. And if it doesn't work out and Glenn doesn't improve, then all of a sudden the idea of Muji staying and Glenn going, it's still possible, but it could be less likely at that point because Muji would be intimately involved in the Simpson pick. You take him at 33, then I don't think there's any harm because you mitigate the risk. Now, it's still an investment, still a big notable pick 33, but it's a different level of scrutiny and attention when you take a quarterback in round 2 compared to the 16th pick in the draft. So for all those reasons, on top of the fact he started 15 career games, I don't think the Jets are going to take him at 16, and I also wouldn't take him if I was running the Jets.
A lot of questions when it comes to Ty Simpson. There's a lot of good, and he did a lot of good things at Alabama in those short starts. But the list of successful quarterbacks with under, 15, 16 starts in his collegiate career that have success in the National Football League is very, very short. So history dictates Simpson's going to have a difficult time if he's thrust into a lineup like the Jets, who may need answers at the quarterback position sooner rather than later. I will say, if I were to venture a guess right now as to what the Jets will do, it's probably going to be Arvell Reese at 2 at this stage right now. It's going to be Arvell Reese at 2, and then the top available wide receiver at 16. If they have to trade up because they want to get their guy, whether it's Lemon, Tyson, or Tate, they'll go and do that. But I do think it's going to be edge rusher and receiver. But again, Jake, I'm not disagreeing with anything you're saying. But in terms of process, if they really like Ty Simpson, to hell with 27 picks. You can use those on other players at different positions. If they like Ty, you go and get them.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. The thing with taking Ty as well, like, when does he play? Yeah. When does he get in? Because everyone says he needs to sit. Okay, he could sit at the beginning of the year, but when he gets in, what does he look like? How many games does he actually get? And then you could potentially muddy the waters of, what if he's like, okay, there's moments where you feel good about him. Other moments you're like, I don't know. And then you end up winning, let's say 5 or 6 games. New coaching staff comes in. They didn't draft Ty Simpson. They want their own guy. Or they win enough games to save Glenn's job. Are they not taking a quarterback in 27? It muddies the waters a lot when you invest the 16th overall pick in the guy. You could easily take a quarterback a year from now if you did it in the second round. No one's going to hold you to that. 16th is a different animal. It just is.
Sure. It 100% is. And then, of course, you would have the way that I've seen it when I've talked to some scouts, there is a drop-off after the top 3 wide receivers. So after Tate, after Tyson, and Lemon, there is a drop-off to the next group, whether it's Concepcion, whether it's Cooper, any one of these guys. So if the Jets have the ability to take a guy like Mekhi Lemon at 16, but they end up taking Ty Simpson, you're now putting yourself in a position where you're getting a receiver that could still be very good in the second round. We've seen many great receivers in round 2, but the overall upside could have been so much better if it was Arvell Reese, Lemon, and then at pick 33, Simpson, or God forbid, pick 44, Nussmeier, whoever it ends up being. Throw a name out there. Again, like I said, the process there is about trying to find the best players for your team to fit major needs on the roster, and the Jets certainly have them. But if Aaron Glenn is essentially going to say, I'm putting my career on the line, I want to have Ty Simpson play quarterback, now essentially you're going to start the clock. You're starting the clock on Aaron Glenn's tenure as head coach of the New York Jets, because when is he going to play? As you just asked that question, when is he going to play? If the Jets start 1-3, if the Jets start 1-5, and he still hasn't gotten time, you better believe he's going to get desperate and throw him on the field. And that's just not a good situation for any young quarterback to have, where you're essentially forced into action in desperation mode. So again, I completely concur with everything that you are saying, but the caveat has to be, if this is what the organization wants, if this is the guy that the organization believes in, go and do it. You have to go and do it, because you're not going to get an opportunity like this if that is the case, because there is the opportunity, there is the option where Simpson comes in, plays well, plays okay, and says, okay, it seems like we got something here. And now you have 3 first-round picks to bolster the roster around him. That looks a lot different. The draft looks a lot different if you were to take him, bring him in, and he actually plays well too.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first major membership contribution during the show, and it comes from one of the OGs, Janice Jet, a 10 spot of channel memberships. 10 of you just got a gifted membership from Janice. That means she is in our signed sack exchange jersey raffle for 10. Janice, check your mail as well. An item that you won should have arrived today. Shout out to Janice Jett for always supporting the show. Got to hang out with Janice and her family in Tampa this past season when we all melted watching the Jets lose that game to the Bucks. But the day before, when we had our big party with the Tampa Jets Club, that was the best part of the whole weekend. Maddie, you're a member. Check Hyperfade, you're a member. Brahman Bane, One Piece fan, all receiving a gifted membership. Plus, the following other listeners are now channel members: Dropping Bombs, Electric Monkey Studios, AJ Jury, and Everybody Hates 7, all receiving a gifted membership from the Janice Jett.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
Let's talk more about Geno Smith. I've seen he's done some interviews talking about how he's got this chip on his shoulder. He's so excited to be back with the Jets. And we Jet fans, we just want someone to want us. And we just want something to just believe in and have some sort of hope. What do you make of the Geno Smith renaissance? Can we see Geno Smith lead the Jets to a 9 or 10 win season, Nick?
I think there's a chance that he can. And I think that's what should get fans excited. But from a personal standpoint, I'm begging. I can't watch another negative 10 passing game. I can't watch another 45 passing yard kind of game. I can't do it. It like watching the Jets passing offense last year was one of the more mind-numbingly awful things in general. It didn't matter who the quarterback was, because whether it was guys running open and the quarterback not throwing the football, no one being open and the quarterback essentially sitting in the pocket doing nothing, it was such a disaster for the passing offense. And again, Geno Smith's had a turnover problem. 32 picks combined in the last 2 years. That's a major problem, major concern. But I would rather my quarterback go down swinging than sit in the pocket and essentially say, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to see what I can do being me, throwing the football down the field. If I'm going to throw a pick, it's going to be because I'm getting aggressive. Give me that for a passing offense that has been so anemic over the last few years than what we saw last season. So listen, I think Geno is in a situation where he can be very successful. He's got the offensive line to sort of help him up. He's got a number 1 receiver, potentially a number 2 receiver after the 2026 draft. There's going to be a situation here where he can improve and play well. The question is, can he? 35 years old, the interception concerns, can he get this team to where they need to be from a competency level? I think he can. I certainly think he can. I think he can easily get to 7-8 wins. I think that's got to be the expectation here.
You mentioned the receiver. I mean, they have Garrett. I like A.D. Mitchell. They have the draft. They need another veteran receiver, though, Nick. Absolutely. The idea that they haven't signed anyone. Jawan Jennings remains out there. I will say it till he signs somewhere else. He'd be a good fit for the Jets.
From what I heard, the market surrounding Jawan has not been what he has wanted. And it's kind of been, you have these kind of cases where agents and players have a number in mind of where they want to go to for their new contract, and they don't get it. And they kind of sit there in limbo going, well, what do we do now? The fact that Jawan Jennings is still available tells me that the market around him is nowhere close to what he expected it to be for himself. So Jennings makes a lot of sense. I'll throw another name out there. You want to talk about a veteran? DeAndre Hopkins makes a lot of sense. An aging veteran. He's not the same receiver, but a guy that can help teach the younger players.
We'd get him on the show. I'll tell you that much. I got a great relationship with D-Hop from his Texans days. So I'm all for signing D-Hop.
But something like that. A guy that is just a veteran presence who understands what is expected of them at the NFL level. There's also the opportunity. There's also the chance that the Jets simply say, we don't like any of these guys at the current market value, and they don't really trust Geno Smith to be their quarterback. We'd rather just draft one at 16 and then maybe even a second one in the later rounds and just rebuild our entire passing core there and trust Garrett Wilson to be the leader. We're paying him like one.
Yeah, maybe but if he gets hurt, you're screwed again. And that was the problem this past year where they had Tyler Johnson and Josh Reynolds as their receivers. I'm all for drafting someone, but again, that's a rookie that you're putting a lot of faith in to be good right away. Like, that's not always what happens. Not everyone's Garrett Wilson who wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, right? Like, they need a legit veteran option. And Jennings, if his market has not come to what he thought it was going to be, overpay him on a 1 or 2 year deal and incentivize him to be highly motivated to be locked in to put up numbers.
Don't disagree with that at all. But I will say, but at this point right now, the fact that Jennings hasn't signed, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to San Francisco on a more team-friendly deal at this point. It's just the market isn't what he wanted it to be. And I think that's why he's kind of sitting there, twiddling his thumbs going, well, what do we do now? I wanted, X dollars and I'm getting Z dollars. What am I going to do now? So I think they could easily go back to the table in San Fran with the number that's closer to what the 49ers wanted.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Let's get to a couple of those right now. This one's from M123. About 15 games, where would you take Arch this year? I mean, I think if Arch Manning was coming out, there'd be people telling you that he could go 1 and then Mendoza would go 2. Some would say that. I don't know what the Raiders personally would feel, but just based on how Arch finished the year and the hype that's surrounding him, he'd go in the top 5. I'm pretty convinced of that.
He would go number 1 overall. Let's be. I'm going to be fair to that. If Arch came out this year, if Lenore Sellers came out, and quite frankly, if Dante Moore came out, there were conversations about Dante Moore.
They wouldn't go 1. None of those guys would go 1
over Mendoza off the year that they had.
Moore wouldn't, and Sellers definitely did it. Manning, there's an argument.
I think a lot of NFL scouts were higher on Moore than they were on Mendoza. That was
not after the playoff runs for each. Maybe going into it. Mendoza got better every game, and when the moment mattered the most, he went undefeated, won a Heisman, and was great in the fourth quarter of a national title game.
And they will look at things beyond just what he put on the field. They'll look at the tape that showed, listen, pocket presence is okay, but when you put him under pressure, there's going to be there's major concern.
He's 6'5", 235. He tested out of the gazoo physically.
Watch him whenever there's a blitz on. And again, I'm not sitting here saying he's not deserving of the number 1 pick.
Watch Dante Moore, and I like Moore, but come on, dude. Dante Moore, Lenore Sellers, who stunk this year, would not go in front of Fernando Mendoza.
I think there would have been more of a conversation had Moore actually came out. I really, really do. Because that conversation was already kind of starting before he made that decision.
Bonesy writes in, Nick Faria is just trying to act like Dante Moore was the only reason Mendoza's going 1. You're just sad that your take on the Raiders not taking Mendoza's dead.
First off, well, that's part of it, of course. But the other thing is the people that I spoke to, not even just at the combine, but just in terms of NFL scouting, there was the upside of Moore is higher and is objectively higher than Mendoza.
We always do this. I disagree vehemently with that. Oh, the upside or whatever. Let's watch what the guy did. The guy was unbelievable this year, and he's only going to get better. He's a student of the game. He's like he's obsessed with football. Like Mendoza would go 1, and I'm convinced that there'd be half the league would still take him over Arch number 1 if Arch had 6 great games at the end of the year. That's what the hype is being built on for Arch Manning.
But it's still Arch Manning. His
last name is Manning. I understand that, but the idea that you could win if you want to say Arch, there's just no chance Dante Moore or Lenore Sellers, give me a break, he stunk, or would go in front of Fernando Mendoza. No chance.
I think the argument's there for Moore, and I think it's a no-brainer for Manning. The other thing is this: the 2004 quarterback class was Eli Manning, and I still say this to this day. As a quarterback prospect, Eli was not the same guy as Peyton. He was not the can't-miss guy that Peyton was. And he still went number 1. And I think part of that is because, it's Eli's brother. We need to go after him and get him. It's Manning, and he's going to go number 1. Next year, he would go number 1 the year after that. Any other year.
He's got to be better over a full season to go number 1, though. Like the way he ended the year, sure, he was great. Probably the best college quarterback over the last 5 to 6 games of the year. But there's no guarantee he's definitely going to be the first quarterback off the board a year from now. We don't know.
If he doesn't, I think the only way that doesn't happen is if he chooses to go back to college.
Well, one thing is for sure. He will not avoid the Jets if the Jets are in position to draft him. Right, Gary Myers?
Jet fans.
Every time we talk about the Jets having 3 first-round picks in 2027, there's always a segment of fans who say, well, the Mannings will never allow Arch Manning to ever play for the New York Jets. You know the Manning family as well as anyone. What would you say to fans who say that none of the Mannings would allow Arch Manning to ever play for the New York Jets?
I've been told Arch is just not going to do what Eli did in 2004. The family doesn't want to go through that again. And, quite frankly, what's going to be his alternative, really, if he doesn't go to the Jets? Does he really want to go to Cleveland? Is Arizona better? Is Miami going to be better? They just tore their team apart. When you think about it, Jake, The Jets facility is about 15 minutes from Uncle Eli's house. The transition from college to the NFL is difficult to begin with. So having family so close by in a market where his uncle is a forever hero, I think it's actually, a pretty attractive situation. And what you see, think that Arch is going to say, if you pick me, I'm going back to school.
Can't wait.
Get ready, Nick. We're marching for Arch if the Jets can actually get the top pick.
I will say, Gary, obviously a very, very trusted source in NFL circles. He's absolutely right on where the Jets are in terms of talent around a quarterback. They have a better offensive line than I would say any of the bottom feeders around the NFL right now. And they have a number one receiver that they can rely on. If they hit on their 16th pick, which is what many people expect to be a receiver, now all of a sudden the passing offense is a little bit better. And I said this already. Just because the Jets may improve this year does not mean they would be out on Arch Manning or out on the number one overall pick to begin with. We are putting a lot of faith in Daniel Jones being okay and being good. It's kind of like what he was last season in Indianapolis. I think if there is a team that could absolutely crater into the abyss, it's probably the Indianapolis Colts. They traded away Michael Pittman. The offensive line's getting older. The defense has given up a couple pieces over the last couple of years. Kwity Paye just left. I think the Colts are going to be pretty bad this year. I would be surprised if they were even average like they have been the last couple of years. And that could be the ability, the chance the Jets have to get Arch Manning, even without having to sacrifice losing games repeatedly and purposefully. I think March for Arch is certainly real, and I think they don't have to lose games in order for that to happen.
And again, he might not be the first quarterback going a year from now. It's not a guarantee. It was suck for Sam until Baker Mayfield went one and Sam Darnold didn't. This happens. Again, I know it's Arch Manning, but Arch Manning, we're basing the hype on the last 6 games. He was not very good at the beginning of the season. There was a lot of pressure on him. And yes, his last name is Manning. And I like him a lot. And I think he's going to be very, very good. And I want him on the Jets desperately. But I'm just preparing people for it doesn't always mean that he's going to be the best quarterback, even if he would be the first quarterback taken. How many of them end up being the best quarterback in their class that go first overall? There's a long list of guys who aren't.
Eli is a great example of it. Is he the best quarterback from the 2004 draft class? Of course not. That's Ben Roethlisberger. Okay, perfectly fine, fair example. The Jets are not going to be in a bad situation if they can't get Arch. This is going to be a deep quarterback class next year, as we expect. All I'm saying is the last name matters, the tape matters, and yeah, Arch Manning is he would go number one this year, he'd go number one next year, and he'd go number one the year after that. Let's just put it that way.
J9 Sports says, is Faria smoking crack?
Sorry guys, the name kind of matters here, and certainly the tape does too. It's not just about winning the national championship, unfortunately.
Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat from Bill. With Dalton, it is McKee expendable from the Eagles, and for how much? So what's the deal? The Eagles bringing Andy Dalton, and Tanner McKee is still sticking around?
Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting thing about where Philly is going now, because Howie Roseman's kind of stuck in 2 lights. He has had a very strong asking price for both Tanner McKee and A.J. Brown. And the reason why I bring up A.J. Brown in this is because in both situations, he is not getting what he wants. He's not getting the kind of market value that he believes in for his backup quarterback and for his number one wide receiver. So what does that mean? I think right now, if Howie is smart, you probably want to, take a day 3 guy and you trade McKee away, and that way you can accumulate a backup quarterback in the upcoming draft as is expected. But there's also the chance that they simply say, Andy Dalton's our 3rd quarterback. Now we don't have to draft anyone, and we'll just let Tanner McKee hit free agency next season. I continuously say McKee has a lot of upside. The guy's got a great arm, big, tall, big arm, very accurate, plays well when you have good talent around him. I don't think, I think Howie Roseman has asked for an arm and a leg when it comes to Tanner McKee, a 2nd, maybe even just a 3rd or a 4th round pick. But if you're an NFL team, why would you give up a second-round pick or a third-round pick or even a fourth-round pick on a backup quarterback? Wouldn't make much sense. So I see if the Jets were to bring in McKee, if they really were interested, a fifth or a sixth is probably where they want to lie, and it comes down to where Howie Roseman is most comfortable. Is he comfortable letting McKee walk for a fifth-round pick, a sixth-round pick? I don't know, and I don't really think so, especially because he's so dug in about A.J. Brown at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to vote in Asmaniac Madness. Today, we have the 6 versus 11 battle. JJ and Lou B. Asmaniac Madness continues. The winner will advance to the round of 32. Here's the bracket. We've done the left side. We're making our way through the right side in our opening round. We're in the middle of the extraordinary region where right now we know it will be Gary and Amanda in the 1-9 in the round of 32. Chuck Wagon and Dave Brigga, who won earlier today over Tommy Jet Fan, in the 5-4. Now the 6 and 11 matchup must be settled, and voting for Asmaniac Madness will get underway. But first, Lou B, who's up for grabs in this battle, has prepared a short video for me to play.
Jets fan, super Jets fan, diehard Jets fan, super Jets fan, Jets fan, Jets fan, super Jets fan, super Jets fan, diehard Jets fan. Super Jets fan.
Interesting, Lou didn't provide any video of those waitresses down in Tampa doing the Jet chant at the club we were at, but I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Voting for Asmaniac Madness, Lou versus JJ, is underway.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? Asmaniac Madness. You get to pick the ones who make the show rock.
Vote, vote, vote. Your vote determines who advances to the next round. All right, a super chat here. Sam writes in, Lenora Sellers is not a first-round pick. Could we just admit to it? Which games were you watching? He's not a first-round pick, Sam. You're spot on. He went back to school because he was terrible at South Carolina this year.
I think, but the upside for him is certainly a first-round talent. I really
There's
do
upside for Drew Aller, too. He's not going in the first round.
If he went when a lot of people were expecting him to go, he would have been.
Yeah,
and I think
guess what? He didn't.
And he didn't. And now he's probably day 2, late
But
day
he had a
2.
better year than Sellers did a year ago. Like the year Aller had when Penn State went to the playoffs with him was a better year than what Sellers put on tape this year.
He was really good. He was really good at Penn State, and he should have come out of the NFL draft. He probably would have gone top 5. It really is just where the situation is, and it's honestly a warning shot to someone like Dante Moore, who had a great year and said, "I want to go back. I want to compete for a national championship." It's not all sunshines and rainbows if you go back to college. So certainly, Sellers has a lot to prove. Moore has a lot to prove. A lot of these guys have a lot to prove, including Arch Manning. But this 2027 class is deep. I think it's going to be immensely talented, and Sellers will be one of those names at the top.
All right, let's get you out of here with this. Draft is being held right now. The Jets take who at 2 and who at 16?
Arvell Reese and Mekhi Lemon. I right now I haven't seen anything at this point to go against that pick. I only do one mock draft, and I do it right before the start of the NFL at the start of the NFL draft, the selection process. And I think if you are a Jets fan and you come away with arguably the best non-quarterback in this draft and a top receiver that is of one of the top 3 guys on this list, you're going to walk out of day 1 feeling like you won $1 million because they will have solved their wide receiver 2 problem. They will have theoretically solved their pass rushing problem. And I think there would be reason for optimism in Florham Park even more than they are right now. So I think if you're the Jets, it's probably, to me right now, Reese and then Lemon.
Nick, go watch the second half of your Hofstra Pride.
They're getting killed now. It's ridiculous. So I don't know why I had faith in them.
You always will have that first half.
Always have the first when they were up by 10 and I was fast asleep. Go figure.
Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I appreciate it, buddy. You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Faria.
And here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
Appreciate Nick hopping on. Read all his work over at JetX. If you're tuned in late, great giveaway today at the end of the show. The Sack Exchange signed jersey is up for grabs for those of you who enter the raffle by the end of the show. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing a Saturday show, and we have our weekly raffle then. Testaverde autographed jersey, Garrett Wilson autographed jersey, and our top prize, a signed helmet by Pro Football Hall of Famer and Jet legend Curtis Martin. We're presented by FanDuel. Here's your look at tonight's Knicks-Nets game. That's right. Knicks against the Nets. The Nets aren't trying to win. And the Knicks usually play down to their level of competition. So this number is massive, 17.5. A little weary of betting the Knicks, but the Nets are just so god-awful. If I had to make a pick, I'd lean with the Knicks. So Knicks-Nets tonight for those of you not watching little college hoops. All right, let's get to your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, he's in action right now, which means he gets to go first. On the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline is the number 11 seed in the region of extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lou B. Hello, Lou.
Hey, Jake, I just want to say thank you for being in this competition. You know, it means the world to me. The Jets, the Asmaniac community, especially how much I love this team, and I appreciate all the new friends that I've made. But, Jake, I have a very important question today. If I win, do I go against Mr. Bonesy?
Let's take a look at the bracket here. So if you win, you do go up against Mr. Bonesy, assuming Bonesy beats Michael Levinson tomorrow.
All right, well, I really have an apology to make because, Jake, Mr. Bonesy's girlfriend, she just told me that she was Mr. Bonesy's girlfriend. I had no idea. You have to go. I had no idea it was Mr. Bonesy's girlfriend, Jake. I swear.
He's a married man.
I'm so sorry, Jake.
I love it.
I didn't mean it. She just told me, like, you know how these things go sometimes. You find out after. But Jake,
right.
So anyway, I really just appreciate being in this. I got really involved in this community about a year and a half ago. And I've made so many new friends, and it's been incredible, especially going to the games and, just tailgating with everyone. It's just been such a dream, to be honest with you. So many new friends. It's just incredible.
Lou, good luck, man. It's awesome that you're a regular caller on the show, and I'm looking forward to more road trips, and I'm looking forward to the draft party that will be at McFadden's
That's right.
next month.
Everyone,
awesome.
I hope you come to the draft party. Jake's going to be at McFadden's on April 23rd, 12 o'clock, and then we're going to charge over to that draft and get some good players.
By the way, I won't read it because it's a little inappropriate, but Mr. Bonesy has responded to you, Lou. So there you go. All right.
I'm sorry, Bones. She just told me. I didn't know. I really didn't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lou B.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Vote, vote, vote. Tomorrow, Bonesy, Michael Levinson, the 3 versus 14. Monday morning, Barbarossa and Jets Jesus. Talk about a battle featuring lots of hair and beards. And then Monday afternoon, Black Gypsy and Coach Oglick going at it. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. I'm laughing at this comment from veteran Jet fan. Nick Faria has 32 players going in the first 15 picks. Oh, man. All right. Let's get some more calls, shall we? And I got open phone lines here. Right now, there's only 2 people that are currently on hold. So if you're someone who doesn't like to wait a long time to come on the show, now is your time. Let's say hello to Ron, who's up next today. Hello, Ron.
Hey, Jake. How you doing? Hi,
What's going on, Ron?
I'm just pulling over now, so I'm not driving. Anyway, I heard Nick's point there about, talking about if they did draft Ty Simpson. I know I always bring him up. I want a quarterback really bad. But anyway, his point was, if they end up sucking, they'll end up putting him in too early. Put it this way. If you suck with Geno, then Carson Wentz, if he's the guy who's going to go in, if you suck with him, he's talking about them being worried about their jobs. They should worry about their jobs. Then the only hope you have is maybe a rookie comes in and plays good. So they're going to go that route. If each quarterback sucks, they're going down the line till they figure it out. So their jobs will be on the line either way. So I'm just saying, so that's not he would end up getting in there. And by the way, Tyler Shuck there did that last year. They brought him in, I don't know, mid-season or so. I think if you're a first-round pick, you don't have to sit there for the whole season. I know he only has 15 starts, and Shuck had more and stuff, but get out there and play. I just, me, I'm always looking for the quarterback. This is just an observation. My wife the other day, we're riding around. This is off the subject, but and Beast was on, and she saw him up in his attic and stuff, and she said, "He reminds me of Cable Guy, like he, living upstairs." I don't know that that's okay, but he always has all these one-liners from movies and superheroes and stuff. Anyway, so it was just funny. So
I love
if
that.
you want to bust his balls, because he always says from the great words of this one, and she says he's like Cable Guy. So anyway, funny thing to mention it to Beast if you want to. He'll probably like it.
Ron, safe driving. All right.
All right. Thanks. Have a good one, Jake.
Good call by Ron. Here's the thing. If you take Ty at 16, it's different than taking him at 32 because Ron brought up Shuck. Shuck was the 36th pick of the second round. I'm okay with taking Ty Simpson in round 2 because if it doesn't work out, it's very easy to then move on or not feel like you're forced to play him before he's ready. And Shuck, it's not the exact same comparison either because Shuck has played a lot more games. He transferred multiple times. Ty Simpson never transferred, and he only played 1 year as the starter. So that's what they're weighing. I wouldn't do it at 16 because history tells me he'd be an outlier. I don't want to bet on outliers at the quarterback spot, 16th overall. If Ty Simpson had the year Mendoza just had as a 1-year starter, then I'll bet on that. But Ty Simpson's year was very good at the beginning, and not all his fault, but it didn't end that great. I thought he played well in the playoff win over Oklahoma, but, they got dominated against Indiana the next week in the Rose Bowl. Major Poonage, this is a government name, in the raffle for one.
And here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
More of your calls right now. Earlier today, this guy was victorious in his Asmaniac Madness battle. It's one punch. Dave Brigga.
He thinks that Gorman needs to get a freaking job. This cowboy hates to see Asmaniacs complain. What he call him, one punch Brigga. You need to get a job. What he call him, one punch Brigga. The beast is on his ass. They call him one punch Brigga. Has anyone seen Dean Mack? They call him one punch Brigga. You'll only need one.
Jake, what's happening?
What's up, Dave? Congratulations.
Oh, I'm just calling to say thank you to everyone. I appreciate their ballots. And, Tommy was a great opponent. I appreciate Tommy. Excuse me. So, you got to excuse me. I got something caught in my throat there. Anyway, so it's great that was pretty wild today with Black Gypsy and Gary, wasn't it?
Oh, that was a rumble, Dave. That was crazy.
You don't. I mean, why does he call Black Gypsy feminine? I mean, that's it. That was way over the top. He's got to relax. He's got to relax with that femininity stuff with these men that are real men. Go call those guys that need jobs. Call them feminine, but not Black Gypsy. The guy's pretty solid. Listen, I got to take on this Aller. I'm around a lot of PSU fans. Being a former fan of Penn State years back, and they have a lot of I speak to a lot of them, and there's a lot of mixed opinion on this guy. I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. PSU quarterbacks for the most part, they don't make it. And being coached by Franklin and that crew, and if you just look at his footwork and everything else, he got a big arm. That's about it. But I wouldn't touch this guy. I wouldn't touch him. And as far as the quarterbacks go, bringing in a quarterback, at 16, I don't know. We need players. We need players. We need a quarterback for the future. But my fear is that, Glenn trying to hang on to his job. If we get off to a bad start with Geno, he's going to put somebody in here. Then he's going to mess everything up for next year. We need a quarterback. But, they have Musgrave now. They have Frank Reich. We have to hope whatever's going to happen with Geno, they're going to bring this guy back to be able to help us out. I don't know. What's your opinion on all this, Jake?
So Aller, I wouldn't touch until day 3. He's just too raw. Mechanics are bad. He's never been coached properly, but I don't know if I want that level of a project. for a coaching staff that might not be here in a year. So I wouldn't take him in all likelihood. Simpson, I can't justify taking him at 16. To your point, they need an impact player who could be a 5+ year starter at that spot, and you could get a really good player at pick 16.
Well, everybody talks about this. You draft this guy, right? They put him in late in the year. You have all these quarterbacks available next year. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I mean, especially with Glenn, skating on thin ice, to put it mildly. I mean, this is all, no, I don't know. I mean, we don't want to lose next year. I mean, we want to have some progress. They're doing some good things now. I don't know what the narrative is between Muji and, this whole deal with Glenn, who has the power, who doesn't, what's it mixed, it's collaborative, back and forth. Everybody's got a different opinion. It's all crazy. It's all crazy what's going on here. I just want to win. That's all I know. I just want to win, but I don't want, we have to have hope for the future too. We're getting a quarterback. So everything is up in the air. I mean, it's just, we're in limbo. That's how I put it. We're just limbo stinks. I mean, losing stinks. Lack of being competitive stinks. It's just it's a whole measure of everything. And as far as Manning goes, I mean, the guy's never, how much has he proven? He's the Manning's living the royal court, just like Agent Britannica. I mean, what has he really proven? Because he's a Manning. I mean, yeah, he's got some hope, but I don't know. Because you have a name Manning doesn't mean you're going to become Tom Brady. I mean, Tom Brady came out of nowhere, and he made himself. So I don't know about Manning. I mean, we'll see. If like Gary Myers says, he says he believes he'll come to New York, but then he has to be developed. Even if he comes, so we got a long road to go here, Jake. It's only step by step, man. Step by step.
Dave, the good news is your road to being a champion got a little smaller today. You versus Chuck Wagon in the round of 32. It's officially set.
Yeah. Chuck Wagon? Was he going to cook? Is he going to cook on our show? How long does that go? That's this whole round has to go through, and then the next round.
We'll be done with your bracket in a couple days here, and then whenever we get to the extraordinary region again, that's when you'll be up against the Chuck Wagon.
Well, I'll give it my best shot. That's all I could do. That's how I operate. I'll give it I'll bring fire when it has to be brought, just like versus Beast. I had to cool it there towards the end. And now we're trying to work him into some civility. So we'll see what happens. But Beast there today?
Oh, he's there.
Okay. Behave yourself, Beast.
Have a good one, Dave.
Take care.
He thinks that Gary needs more shots upside his head. This cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, he called him one-punch Sprigger. The moon landing was real. He called him one-punch Sprigger. His claim is not true. They called him one-punch Sprigger. He did jokes just like his ass. One-punch Sprigger. Does it only need one?
Good call by Dave Brigger. I just got a Venmo that entered a listener in the raffle. Josh Levine purchasing 4 raffle tickets. I got your Venmo, Joshua. You're in our raffle. At the end of the show, you're in for 4. We got a super chat here from Omar, who writes in, hello, everyone. Reese O-line at 16, Cooper at 33, trade for BTJ and give up 44 would be ideal for me. Go Jets. I'm okay with that. I don't think they're going to take Cooper and trade for BTJ, though. So I don't think that's going to happen. I like the idea of Reese and potentially O-line at 16, but I'd want to know who are the receivers available there. And also, we talked about this yesterday. Jeremiah mocked Omar Cooper Jr. to the Jets at 16. There's a lot of smoke that he's not going to go in the late 20s, beginning of the second round. He might be a first-round pick. He's rising up boards. So, Omar, you might like another Omar. You might have to take him at 16 if you really want him. Major Poonage in the Asmaniac raffle for 5. Hit the Jet chant. Poonage, your membership went to the following listeners of this esteemed program. Philip, Jacob, Liam, Lexus, Build, Mutavals, M.M. Morris, and is there one more? No. And Iceman 798, all receiving a gifted membership from Major Poonage. I'm going to gift a membership coming up shortly here. If you want one, like the video and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. More importantly, please subscribe to the Jets Collective YouTube channel. If you're watching right now, you're one of the 350 people in here. New show I'm starting with Brandon Tierney and Rich Samini. This Tuesday will be a weekly Jet show. You won't find anywhere else. YouTube makes you have 1,000 subscribers before you can monetize the channel. And we hit over 400 already. And we announced the project yesterday. So maybe we could get to 1,000 before we even do a show, which would be pretty sweet. But this will be a big time program. And I'm excited to be a part of it. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bino writes in, Brigga, Chuck Norris passed. Your facts were big for him. RIP to the great Chuck Norris, though. One of the great cameos in movie history. His cameo at the end of the movie Dodgeball. RIP. Sam checks in. Even with Simpson at 33, the pick should be another Missouri Tiger, 6'6" freak, edge, Zion Young. I'd take Simpson at 33, personally. I like Zion Young. I'm trying to listen to what podcast I was hearing a draft guy talk about him. I'd take Ty Simpson at 33, though. That's what I would do.
Good job.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. All right, more of your calls right now. Let's say hello to a man who watched some pickleball earlier today.
Purple belt Mike, he loves the dark night. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Oh, fuck.
I love that. Yeah, I must have missed a lot. I was looking at the chat. So BG and Gary went at it?
The first show today was a top 10 craziest Rumble of the year.
I got no audio. This thing's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking StreamYard. I'll call back.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
All right, more of your calls. We say hi to the Beast who's on the line.
Fucking diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha.
Beast? Uh-oh. Beast.
Yep. This is the end for him. Yeah.
Beast. It's the end for who? You're on the air. Here we go. Beast. 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 PBM.
Yeah. Sometimes StreamYard, it just cuts the audio so you can't hear anything. Stupid ass app. Did you hear me or no?
Oh, I heard every word.
All right. So what happened with BG? Give me like the Spark Notes version.
Black
my phone
Gypsy
died.
and Gary got into a rumble of all rumbles because Gary believes no American should ever have to pay taxes and equated paying taxes to armed robbery and other things I won't repeat. So you're going to have to go watch it for yourself.
Oh, man, I got to go back to that one. Oh, no. How does he think we get, like, I know he doesn't like NASA and doesn't believe in that, but what about, like, federal law enforcement and all that stuff?
Oh, not important.
How do we pay for that? Not important, no?
Taxes don't need to pay for that.
Fighting terrorism and human trafficking and violent crime against children, it's not important.
At one point, Gypsy said on site he would beat the living daylights out of Gary. So it was quite the rumble this morning.
Oh, my God. Oh, I got to go back. I missed it. My phone died during the pickleball match, like a minute after I called in, so I missed all that. That's crazy. Holy hell. All right. Yep. I'm going to have to rewatch that.
Why don't you go watch it and call us back and share your thoughts?
All right. Screw it.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, joins us. Hello, Derek.
Hey, Jake. How we doing, brother, man?
Hello, Derek.
Thanks so much for the beanie, dude. All the love.
I just noticed you were wearing it. That's awesome,
nice.
man.
Hell yeah. Much love. Thanks for the kindness, man. Also wanted to congratulate you on the new pod. Cannot wait to tune in, man. That's going to be absolutely awesome. I'm a big fan of Rich's work.
I appreciate that, man. I think it's going to be a really fun show. Unique perspectives from all three of us.
Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. I can't wait. I also wanted to shout out Mr. Burga. Congrats on your matchup win earlier today. And then I just kind of wanted to echo a couple sentiments that that Mr. Burga was bringing up about like I'd actually be okay with O-line, but I'm kind of where you're at. I want to see which quarterbacks are available there. Or I'm sorry, not quarterbacks, receivers. If there's like Lemon or even a Tyson there, even though his injury history kind of worries me a little bit, I'd definitely be okay with him, I guess. The only thing I wouldn't mind about Vega at 16 is that would solidify our O-line pretty much entirely for 2027, and it'd be nice just to be set at that position. But if we snag I don't know if there's any free agent centers available, but if we went some way that route, I guess I wouldn't mind that either. And then I want to stress that I really don't want to take Ty Simpson at 16 because I don't want that to get tied to Muji and then have it all be bad. Should he have to start next season? And I think Muji's done way too good a job. I don't know if he should take a quarterback in the first round and have to put that kind of unnecessary strain on him, if you will, going into the 2027 season. And then I actually want to take just a second to talk about the potential upside with Geno for next year. I was kind of rewatching some of his film, and I just think he was in a really bad spot with the Raiders last year. I mean, basically had no weapons in an O-line all season. I can't guarantee we're going to be very good. I got us pegged at 5 wins. I'm also with Mr. Brigga. I'm so sick of losing, man. I just want to win some football games. Us Jet fans deserve so much more, man. So I'll be pulling for that. I think with Geno's accuracy and with our O-line, if Braylon Allen comes back healthy and Brees is healthy, I really do think we can have a top 10 rushing attack in the NFL. And then also, I'm kind of where everyone else is at. We definitely need a veteran wide receiver in the room. And then I think that's pretty much all I got for you, Jake. Thanks for the beanie, man. I love it. Shout out to the Asmaniacs. You guys are awesome. I think I'll take the rest off call, brother. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend.
Derek, appreciate you, man. The biggest thing you said that is spot on. We all deserve a winning team, man, because it's brutal. Tyrone in the raffle for 2.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Great show earlier with Gary Myers. Oh my God, Parcells brain fart, not saying yes to taking Peyton Manning. I've just been visualizing that 98 team with Manning. Maybe Arch Jr. will get it done for us. Maybe. I don't know. But that's why Peyton Manning wasn't a Jet. Parcells didn't tell Archie Manning that he was going to take his son first overall. Another giant what if in Jet history. Giant what if. Ladies and gentlemen, we say hello right now to a man who finally put on his camera and might be paying attention to the show he's supposed to be a part of.
Don't let go of the rope. What rope are you talking about? This whole team looks like it's shot to shit. Who the hell you think you are? I am. We're making some phone calls and getting ready because in about 45 to 50 minutes, I'm going to be getting my Uber here, and I'm going to an arcade joint. It's out in North Riverside.
Arcade joint.
Yeah. It's on the first floor in the North Riverside Mall. They have an arcade joint, and they also have a bowling alley. I remember going to this place. I've been there before. This is my second time going, but my first time trying the whole place.
Do you have a license, Beast?
Oh, no, I'm getting an Uber.
No, I'm just saying, if you wanted to drive, though, do you have a license?
Oh, I wish. Unfortunately, unfortunately nowadays nobody has time anymore. So that's life. You just got to go with it. That's life. I'm used to it. Oh, transportation? No problem. That's fine with me. Crying ain't gonna solve it. Crying's not gonna, pay your bills or feed your family. Just gotta get off your ass and do it. Just do it. Nike. And no, I don't like Nike.
How come you don't have a license?
Can't afford it. People don't have the money
driver's
these
license.
days. People can't afford it these days. You also gotta look at too. Have to have a car. Gotta be taught. No one showed me shit.
You don't need a car to get a license.
I need driving lessons. Nobody cares. Nobody wants.
You're 42 years old. You've never had driving lessons?
No one showed me. Nobody had time. Nobody
What
cares.
about in high school?
Asked. Unfortunately, no one had the time because everybody was busy. It was life. Just look at it this way. Sometimes Jake said this to me a long time ago. Jake the Snake Roberts once said these official words. You cannot get what you want, but in life, you got to get what you need.
Now, Beast, when you take a flight and you have to show ID, what do you show them?
I got my state ID. It'll be fine. It's not gonna hurt. State ID is not going to hurt. Plus, everything's gonna be fair. It's gonna be fine as long as we could get everything under our belt and leash. We'll be just fine.
What if you
Plus,
took an Uber to driving school?
I got everything going good for me right now. I'm getting
What if
ready
you
for.
took an Uber to driving school?
Oh, I wish. Unfortunately, you have to sit through class. Then you got to study. Then you got to take the written exam. Then you got to
Right.
pass the test.
It's a very simple process. Many have done it before you.
Yeah, we know that. We figured that out. And tonight I know where I'm going tonight since I'm in Berwyn. It's not too far from the mall. I'm gonna try some brand new place called. There's a new place called Raising Cane's.
It's not new. It's been around.
For me, it's new. Well, it's new to me, so
I've had it many times.
I'm willing to test the water, and knowing me, I've tested plenty of good waters, but unfortunately, this is my first time coming to Raising Cane's. I want to see where this goes from here. I want to see if their chicken is compatible and if
Get
it's better than
the
Popeye.
Caniac combo. Substitute the coleslaw for extra fries. You're welcome.
I don't want no coleslaw. I don't like coleslaw.
So substitute the coleslaw for extra fries, or get extra Texas toast. Your choice.
I'll take the Texas toast. I'm a Texas toast man myself. Back in the day when Matson's was still around, Matson's used to have this. I used to do this all the time. Fill up on the soup, take a steak home with the baked potato and the Texas toast. Now you got yourself a meal.
Hey, Andrew C wants to know: did the salt work on the bed?
Oh yeah, they ran. You know why? I'm not the last person you want to get into the fire with. Always remember, if the left don't get you, the right hand will. Just remember that. This is the cemetery. This is the Undertaker.
Derek says, "Beast, how fair the bed bugs?
Who's
Did
bigger?
the salt work? So, did you change your mattress? Did you change the sheets?
The sheets are all fresh. Everything's all fresh. Why? One, check your sheets. Make sure they're fresh. Make sure they're washed and compatible. Two, always remember, you can't use this. Then what the hell are you good for? What are you really good for? Nothing.
And make sure you take a bath every day. All right.
I always do that every day. No shit. Come on now, you know better. You know better than that. Come on now, you know.
All right, more of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. We say hello to Mr. Kyle Clifton.
I think you should dedicate a whole segment of your show tomorrow at midday to Beast's review of Raising Cane's.
I need a live taste test from Beast.
Yeah, I don't know what goes on at this totally new place. Maybe they do Bible study or something, Raising Cane's. I'm not sure, but it does sound intriguing. For the record, I did pass my driving test at 17, very first try, and then I spent the next 25 years not driving at all, because I lived here in the city. So it was,
Wow.
It took for me to get married and have a family to grow up and have to actually use my driver's license. Some of the things that we're referring to before, like, I'm starting to think that the way to go for this regime, if they really want to keep their positions, is to eschew quarterback entirely in this draft and just build up the team. Hope that Geno is suitable enough to get them close to a playoff berth, and then they could hand over the team turnkey to a quarterback in 2027. You'd have to be really opportunistic and have the draft fall a certain way. Like in the sixth round, you're sitting there and say Taylor Green is there. I don't think that's going to happen, right? Maybe
I think they're going to
a
take
flush.
someone, though, Kyle. They're not going to just go the entire draft after last year not drafting any quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the prudent thing to do would be if you were entrenched in your first year, right? But I feel like, if Glenn still has, final authority, he might be going off script here. He might be scrambling. I'm
but
hoping
Muji's not going to scramble. Like they'll add a quarterback to the room they think maybe has traits to eventually be something. Like they signed Brady Cook last year. They could do better than that. They could find someone on day 3. Look at all the picks they have. One of these picks is going to be a quarterback.
Yeah, I hope that we can do better than Brady Cook. I mean, he didn't acquit himself too well. But like I think that at 16, and I think Buffalo Jet fan was saying on his show a little bit earlier, like we need to brace ourselves for the unexpected. Like if those wide receivers come off the board, like it could be that someone that we don't expect is going to be there. Like what if Mansour Delane was there? Right? Like, do you think that Glenn could help himself? Like, he'd be like, "Go get me Mansour Delane, and I need him," even though we just spent a day 2 pick on a cornerback last year. Like, it's very interesting to think about what is going to happen there at 16. To me, that might be a pick that you trade if something comes up. Not to trade back, accumulate more picks, and just hope that you can hit lottery tickets or whatever. Or if there's a player and a team wants to move off the contract or it's not working out, we maybe flip to 16 and maybe insert somebody into the starting lineup. And I don't know who that player is right now, right?
I'd love the idea of trading back, Kyle, from 16 as well. I don't know who's trading up. Like, that's a draft night thing, right? Because the board's got to break a certain way within the first 15 picks for a team to say, oh, wait a second, a guy we didn't think would be there is there at 16. Let's make a deal with the Jets.
Right. And it's going to have to be like for a tackle, right? Because we've got our tackles, right? And some team wants to come up and say, I can't believe this tackle is there. And they have a wide receiver 3 that would be all wide receiver 2. That's like the kind of scenario where and like a clear wide receiver 2, right? Like they have such an embarrassment of riches that's at receiver that they don't mind moving on from that player in order to get an opportunity. And maybe we get a pick back or something like a pick next year or a later pick this year. That's the kind of stuff I'm hoping. And I think that Muji's kind of shown that he's got that in him, that innovation. I'm excited. It's the best, absolute best time of the year. And the first show today was insane. I don't understand why the threats and stuff have to happen, but I know people are very passionate about it. I'm a little surprised that you let the politics go.
Yeah, when Black Gypsy and Gary have lots to say, sometimes you just gotta let it air it all out.
The entertainment value is non-parallel. I get it, but it is sort of an unwritten rule. Let's just be civil people, right?
Now, I would like to see Black Gypsy on site fight Gary for entertainment purposes. We'd have to get it regulated. I'm sure Gary could find us some judges that could sanction the fight. There's some intrigue there, though. There's no doubt.
I think that for medical reasons, Gary's fighting days might be behind him. But I don't think that having 40-year-old men throw down is particularly smart or good. But it is certainly entertaining tube. And I appreciate your time, Jake.
Kyle, great call. Yeah, the first show was a little wild, man. It really was. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe what has happened. I thought this guy was going to duck the entire show, the entire tournament. He welched on that bet, and we haven't heard from him since. Until now, wow.
Here comes JJ. He's here to talk about the Jets. He's putting Justin Fields in the Football Hall of Fame. Here comes JJ. You know he's Gary's biggest fan. Beast loves cornrows and the crappy Wi-Fi. Here comes JJ. He loves the sound of his voice. Here comes JJ. Most of these calls in bad, so let's get it over with.
JJ is back. Hello, JJ.
Finally, JJ has come back to the Jake Asman show. It's good to be back, man. I've missed you guys. I do want to correct one thing before I say anything else. I called in multiple times after I reneged on my bet. That's not the reason I stopped calling. See, the reason I stopped calling is because, as you all know, I'm retired from the Jake Asman show. I retired last year right before the Asmaniac Madness And the only reason I ever came out of retirement is because I had to go against the good, the best, the big fella, right? And I was like, you know what? The big fella is worth me coming out of retirement. I don't even know who Lou B is, but I want to congratulate him. Congratulate you, Lou B, because you should win. I haven't called in 6 months. You should win. But I want to remind
I
you
think it's
guys
like 2, but not
it
6.
is 2 times 4 equals 8. So it is what it is. Anyways, Jake, I want to remind you of the year that I had on the Jake Asman show. Not because I want to win, but because I want you guys to understand the effort that I had put into making this show great last year. I called in, I dissed Gator. Hey Gator, go get a trainer. Everybody remembers that. I called in, I made an intro from Rob for the Glenhead. I dissed Jets Johnny. I did so much last year. So much I can't even remember it all.
So why are you too good to call in? Why can't you just be a regular part of the community?
I gave you guys nonstop calls for a year, and then I went back into retirement.
It's a Jet YouTube show. Why do you need to retire? You're still a Jet fan.
No, so I don't know if you got my press release. I had my assistant send it over to you, but I'm no longer a Jets fan, so that's why I don't care if I win in Asmaniac Madness. I can't support this team anymore. It just makes
What do
me
you mean
cry.
you're no longer a Jet fan?
So I canceled my season tickets officially. They've been trying to get me to re-sign. I said, no, I'm not doing it anymore. After what happened last year, the last 3 games, they did something to me. I don't know. Like it hurt my soul to watch my team go out there. And remember, I go to every single home game. I was at the last game and I was sitting there and I was like, why am I here right now? What am I doing? I have nothing better to do in my life. So yeah, I'm done. I can't support this team anymore. They just went and got Geno Smith back. Geno. That's what we did. We went and got Geno Smith. Jake. Geno Smith. That's what we went and got.
What was the alternative that you wanted? Or who was the alternative?
Well, the alternative that I wanted is I don't really.
I'm almost glad you hate it because you love Justin Fields. He was going to the Ring of Honor. So maybe the fact that you don't like the Geno move is a great sign for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that Geno's going to play bad for us. I think he's a significant upgrade to any of the last quarterbacks we had. Believe it or not, I think Geno Smith, and this is going to sound crazy, was on pace to have a better career than Sam Darnold up until the Super Bowl. If you look back at it, because Geno was in Seattle doing his thing for like 2-3 years. He made the playoffs a couple of times with them. He was playing pretty well. Sam Darnold, he got lucky. He went to Minnesota, had a resurgence, and then now look at him, a Super Bowl MVP. And everybody would say Sam is way better than Geno, but for a long time that was arguable. But anyways, I'm not saying that I had a better plan, but I was hoping that we'd probably get somebody a little bit better, man.
No, are you pulling the Charles Gorman? You're not a Jet fan anymore? That's it? Like, what does that mean?
So me not being a Jets fan means that as hard as I can, I'm going to try not to go to any games next year, and I'm going to try to not watch any games until something happens that makes me feel like, all right, you know what? It's worth my time and energy. You got to remember, last year I flew to London to go watch this team. I went to New Orleans. I went to every home game. I went to so many freaking games and just got my heart ripped out.
Week one, if they're playing at home, you're going to be watching the game, and it wouldn't surprise me if you're at MetLife for that game.
No, I'm not going. I canceled the tickets. I told them I'm not going. And you know what these people had the nerve to tell me? They said, wait until April. We think you'll change your mind in April. And then they signed Geno Smith. I said, that's all I need to know. I'm gone. I'm gone.
You just said you think he's going to be good, so I don't understand your point.
No, I never said I think he's going to be good. I've said that up until the point that Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl, Geno Smith was about to have, like, you look at him and be like, Geno Smith is a better quarterback. I don't know if that's the case anymore, but, Super Bowl changes a lot of things. That's not the point, man. I came to congratulate.
You're gonna watch the games on TV, though. You're still a fan.
No, I'm not watching it. I can't,
Sunday
Jake.
at 1 o'clock. You're not going to be watching the Jets this year?
I don't think I can. I can't take the pain anymore. Maybe I'm a wimp. There's guys like Dave Briga who've been watching this team suck for 60 years, and he's immune to losing. He has a loser mentality, so he doesn't mind watching the
How
team
does
lose.
Dave Briga have a loser mentality?
Because he's a loser.
In what way is Dave Briga a loser?
I said what I said, Jake. I said what I said, Jake.
Dave Briga's a winner. He's a man of achievement.
I said what I said. I used to look up to Dave Berger. I used to have a lot of respect for him. But even though I don't call into the show, I still see the comments. I still see the little Dave Berger in the comments talking about, oh, we gotta get JJ out of here. All right, cool. That's how you feel? You, Gator, all of you guys. Think I care.
What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? He talks crap about me in the chat, so I'm gonna talk like what it is because he's old. So whenever anybody says anything about him, you guys have sympathy for the man. I have no sympathy for him. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. I know one punch big old blah, 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 blah. Anyways, though, I called in just to say congrats to Lou B. I hope you go far. You're gonna have to see Mr. Bonesy next round. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. So Lou, go out there and beat him. I also wanted to remind everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, welcome to the event of the year, the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the Asmaniac Rumble.
Is it my screen that's frozen or is it Dave Brigger's screen that's frozen?
JJ.
What's up?
Okay. Would you call me?
I said you have a loser mentality. That's why you
call
keep
me a
watching the
loser.
screen.
You called me a loser, man.
I said a loser mentality.
You didn't say a loser mentality. You called me a loser.
You're
the loser.
You have YouTube,
You're the
right?
loser, pal.
Let me tell you, what I want
just
you to do is
bail.
go back.
You bail.
Go back.
You
Stop
bail
talking
out,
for 1
pal.
second. Relax. Go back
I'm not
and just
relaxing.
rewind
You're a wise guy.
and you'll hear that I said
Don't
you have
ever
a
call me a
loser
loser
mentality.
because you're the epitome of a loser, man. You look
Thank
like
you.
a loser.
This is what a loser look like?
You're a loser, bro.
You what a loser
Big
look like?
loser.
This is what a loser
You
look like?
lose.
I do, right?
You lose.
All right.
Yeah, call me a loser, punk.
Yeah,
You're a
you are.
punk.
You
You
are.
had face up, you never call me a loser because you know better. You just had
You
a
are
big
okay.
mouth.
Watch this. Watch
There's
this.
no
Watch
reason
this.
to call me a
Watch
loser,
this.
man. You're
You
a
are.
punk.
I see what you type in the chat. Don't throw stones and then hide your hand after. You gotta own
Hey,
up
meet
to
me
it.
anywhere, buddy. I'll meet you
Where you want me to
anywhere.
meet you?
You make
I'll
a
meet you and
call.
I'll give
I
you a
throw
big old hug.
stones.
I'm gonna give you a big old hug and a
I'm
kiss
not
on the
giving you a
forehead.
hug,
Mwah.
man. You're a
I'm gonna give
wise
you a
guy,
kiss.
punk.
I'm gonna give you a kiss on the forehead.
Yeah,
Mwah.
kiss me.
Yeah,
That's what I
and
give to you.
I'm gonna give
You're
you
a
a glass
bum.
of
You're a
hot
bum. You
milk.
call me a loser, man. You're a bum.
I did.
Because you're
I
a
did.
loser. You bail
I
out.
am.
Losers
I
bail.
am.
I stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I stay. I don't bail like you.
What are you
The
talking
proof
about?
is in
Stay
the
or leave
pudding,
where?
man. The proof is
I
in
know
the
you eat a
pudding.
lot of
Look at you.
pudding. I know you eat a lot of Jello pudding pops.
I don't eat pudding, man.
Yeah, I know you do.
Put your face up, man. You're
My
just a
face up?
wise
What does that
guy.
mean? What does
Yeah,
that mean?
face up.
What does that mean? I don't know
Figure
what
it
that
out,
means.
man. Because you're not
I
too
don't know what that
smart.
means.
You're
I'm
not too
not.
smart, JJ.
I'm not.
You're not a
I'm not.
smart guy. You're a
I'm not
smart
a
ass,
smart
but you're not a
guy.
smart guy.
I'm no. You want to see my
Okay?
butt? Look at that butt.
I don't want to see nothing. You're a bailer. You're a loser. You called me a loser. You're a loser. I stay. Go find a new team. Nobody wants you, man. Get
Can I
lost.
ask you
Hit
one
the
question?
road. Hit the
Can I
road.
ask you one
Nobody
question?
wants you.
Can I ask you
You're
one
a
question?
bum.
Can I ask you one
Ask it,
question?
man.
True or false? You were saying in the chat today we got to get JJ out of here.
No, I didn't say JJ.
Bro, all right,
I
you're a
said you're a
liar.
fraud.
You're a liar.
I don't
In the
lie.
chat, were
I
you
didn't
not
say
talking about
that.
me today? You weren't talking about me today in the
I
chat.
said you're a fraud. Yeah.
You want me to send the screenshots? Oh, you did say I was a fraud.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
then.
are a fraud.
Then why are you mad that I called you a loser in retaliation?
Because you're a
Why are you
loser. Why
lying?
do you call me a loser? There's no reason to call me a loser. Because I stick with the team for
Wait,
61 years?
hold on.
You bum?
Let's stick with
You
me.
bailing bum?
You called me a fraud today, right?
You are a fraud.
Did I say anything
You took off and
about
you come
you?
back. You come
Did I say
back
anything about you?
immediately. You're very convinced. Stick your face in there. Boy, I wish I could give you a nice shot.
I
You
wish I could
bum.
give you a nice kiss on your forehead.
You're gay. You're gay, man. What's wrong with
So
you?
what? So
You're
what?
weird.
So what?
You're a weird guy, man. You're
So
weird.
what?
And you're a loser.
Why?
You called me a loser. That tipped it off. Don't ever
Yeah.
call me a loser.
You called me a
Okay?
fraud,
Don't
didn't
ever
you?
call me a loser.
Didn't you call me a
your
fraud?
face up, you're a loser, buddy.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
JJ, you disappoint me, man. You really do. You really do. What a horrible way to go out. With Lou B dominating him in the tournament, his first call in a long time, and that's what we got. Disappointing, JJ. Very disappointing. Right, Beast?
What a sad, piss-ass, poor individual. I look at him, what a disgrace. He should just turn his hat in, turn his life in, and walk the plank. Like Captain Hook would say, walk the plank! Yeah! Walk the plank! Arg! Arg! Walk the plank! That's what he should be doing. What does everybody...
All right, on that note, more of your calls. Barbarossa joins us now. Hello, Barbarossa.
Hey, guys, what's going on? I'm not retired, and I'm still a Jet fan, just in case anyone is wondering. Probably always will be, too. Just wanted to say what up. Nothing major. But I think the Asmaniacs should be voting for me on Monday morning. I think I bring it every day. And I think I have a lot of versatile calls, and I go to the meetups and stuff. So, as much as I love Jets Jesus, A question, though, Jake. If I beat him, does he get like a 3-day redemption where he gets to fight me again on Thursday?
Not in this tournament. Maybe in
all right. Cool, because I was prepping for that also.
Maybe in the Bible.
yeah, right. All right, man. I missed the Gary Gypsy throwdown. I think I had something to do in the morning, but I'll have to go back and watch that. My ears perked up when Kyle mentioned that Rumble. So cheers, you guys. Happy Friday. And, go Jets. And if anyone is still interested, watch the NCAA wrestling tournament. Semifinals is the best round, man. A lot of real rumbles like you saw with Brigga and JJ there. A lot of actual sparring instead of just verbal sparring. Cheers, guys.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Update and voting after that JJ call. 56-44. Lou B with the lead over Mr. I'm retired, but I called in to yell at Dave Brigga. The defending champ in action for the first time in the tournament tomorrow. The 3 seed, Mr. Bonesy, against the 14 seed, Michael Levinson. And you just heard from Barbarossa. Monday morning, he's in action against our next caller, Jets Jesus, who's next. Hello, Mr. Jets Jesus.
Hey, Jake, we got a wild show going on, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I'm bummed I missed this morning. I was watching, but I missed the Black Gypsy and Gary showdown. I was watching, but I only watched until I got to the mountain, and then it was snowboarding time. So time to unplug. But hopefully, sorry, I'm driving, so hopefully my internet isn't cutting in and out. I'm on my way back from the mountains now, so hopefully I'm doing all right.
So far, so good, Jets Jesus. Go ahead.
All right, cool. Dude, JJ is wild. I like that when JJ reappears, he's always the exact opposite of the last JJ we saw. I didn't think he was go. We're gonna say.
I
didn't think JJ was gonna. Sorry, I didn't think JJ was gonna show up, so I was kind of surprised when he did, and then. At the same time, the way that he was on the call, I was like, I think this is the exact opposite of the last time, at least, that I saw JJ on. And I was like, oh, JJ impressed me. But it's funny because he called in to say that he's not a loser and call other people as losers. But I feel like he called in to assure that he lost, which is kind of amusing in all of that. But I'll flash back a little bit to before we were, we got JJ on and we got tied up in, I guess, shout out to Barbarossa. I'm excited to be going against them on Monday. I'm going to do my best to call in the morning since I'm in a different time zone. Sometimes the early show is a little tough for me, but we'll see. I got some ideas, so I'll see what I can make happen for that show. And I'm excited to go against him and his luscious red locks. But
I love it. Jets Jesus, you're the best, man. If you can't call it, you want to send me a video over the weekend. I'm happy to play that for you.
I really want to try to call in from the mountain snowboarding is my plan. I'll tip my hand a little bit. So ideally that's what the move is going to be. So hopefully you'll be seeing me on the mountain Monday morning. That is the objective. A little bit of the time difference and what time you start the show. But if not, I have some other ideas, but hopefully I can make that.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Good call, Jets Jesus. We were losing you at the end there with the connection, but I'm looking forward to Monday. That's a good one. 7-10, Barbarossa, Jets Jesus. Love that. Couple of super chats here that we got to get caught up on. Danger Zone wrote in, parallel parking is just like backing into a stall. This in reference to Beast not having a driver's license. Hennessy says, JJ will be back if we win week 1. Mark my words. Oh, 100%. He's going to watch every game. He's not being a Jet fan. I hate when people say that. It's just not true. Rex Ryan says we should have replaced JJ with Beast. I mean, look, Beast was in the tournament. Laney beat him fair and square. Nick Shine writes in, Beast is the Charles Barkley of this tourney. You mean Beast is like the commentator like Barkley does? Andrew C says, does Beast fan work? Beast, does your fan work in your bedroom?
It's OOC, but I got my backup fan coming in handy. It's a nice one. Yeah, it's coming in. It'll be coming soon.
No, the fan that's on your ceiling, does it work?
And, it's a OC, and since I'm going to the suburbs,
what does that mean?
Out of commission.
So it doesn't work.
It's dead. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It's not cold. It's not hot. It's just beautiful. It's bright. And today, since I'm heading to the suburbs, we're going to go pimp with these bad boys right here. You know who I'm talking about. AJ23. Fucking diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha.
More of your calls right now. Hey, we have a great raffle. I'm going to get the membership here. We only have 19 members that we added this show, and I want more. I'm gifting one to the community, and you'll be entered for a chance to win the signed Sack Exchange jersey at the end of the stream. So make sure you enter before I finish counting all the names. One membership from yours truly has been gifted.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Listener Okada Jet Fan is the recipient of the gifted membership from yours truly. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline right now is a man who was a part of a rumble they'll be talking about for centuries to come.
He's pointing. Garrett Box, point at you. Garrett Box, he point at you. Garrett Box, I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Box, I'm pointing. I'm pointing. Pointed box, pointed. Point at you. I point.
That was disappointing. They end up losing by 20. They had it down to 5 or so with 7 minutes left, and then they ended up losing by 20. Disappointing, Jake. Did you see any of the game?
I had it on in front of me, so I was following. I mean, the first half
down
was fun.
13. Yeah, they up by 10 early. It was down two at the half. They Bama took it up to 13, but then they got all the way back to 5 with the ball with 7 minutes left. It's like, all right, they got a shot here, and then it was, they got outclassed from there on out. But it's what it is. So I love this. Barbarossa's comment. Barbarossa was commenting during my feud about how dumb I was, and then says he doesn't watch it. But he's so stupid, and he's always drunk, like he's always messed up on drugs and stuff. I don't know if he's telling the truth. Like he may have completely blacked out and not know that he was commenting live during the feud. Like he may not know that. Like that's how deluded he is. I just
How is Barbarossa stupid? Because he drinks a beer when he calls in.
Well, he's always drinking. He doesn't know that he was. So, do you think he's lying when he says he doesn't remember the feud, or do you think he was so drunk that he actually doesn't know? You tell me.
What feud? The feud with you and Gypsy?
Yeah, because he was commenting in the chat during the feud, during the beef, the rumble, whatever you guys call it.
Veteran Jet Fan says Barbarossa said he didn't watch, but he was commenting when Gypsy threatened to kill Gary for calling him.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he may not be lying. He might be so messed up on drugs, he doesn't know that happened. It's possible.
He says, "No, I heard your name and I turned it off about 2 minutes later."
So okay, see that? You see, so he is lying. All right, I just wanted to make sure he was a liar. We knew that was. I didn't think he was that messed up on drugs that he didn't remember, but you don't know. But now you do know. Okay. He was.
Why do you assume he was on drugs?
Because he's always on. Every time he calls in, he's on drugs.
He's having a beer. Is that considered a drug to you?
Is alcohol not a drug? I'm asking a question. Is alcohol not a drug?
I don't think alcohol is a drug.
Is there any drug on in this country that kills more people than alcohol?
But I don't think it's considered a drug the same way like cocaine, marijuana, meth, those type of drugs.
You think marijuana is a drug, but alcohol isn't?
I'm just saying it's a different category. I don't think he was drunk.
Yeah,
when he
it might be a
called in.
different category of a drug, but it's still a drug.
He says, I missed the rumble.
It numbs down your brain so your brain cells don't work together, and it's addictive. So you're taking a mind-altering, mind-numbing, addictive poison.
It's obviously a drug, Gary.
Is that a smart thing to do?
It's
Does that sound like an
obviously.
intelligent thing to do?
Oh my God, dude! It's obviously a drug, but you're saying he's drugged out. Like that's what you're implying. He was sipping on a beer. That doesn't make him. That doesn't mean he's a drug addict.
Okay, is sipping a mind-numbing, addictive poison?
So you don't drink any alcohol. You've never had a sip. You never had a glass of wine at dinner.
No, I used to do all types of horrible things. I don't anymore. I used to do really dumb things, but I don't anymore. You outgrow things, and when you become an adult, you realize that certain things are dumb. One of the things that are dumb is drinking an addictive, mind-numbing poison. That might be bad for you. That might not be the smartest thing to do. There may be zero benefit in doing such a thing. Why you got to get me on off tangent, Jake? Why do you got to do that?
It's the chat. You respond to it. You and Barbarossa, because you call him a druggie.
Why is he not? He calls in messed up on drugs. I don't. What else? What would you call?
Do you think he was drunk during his most recent call just now?
So
you're saying he's messed up. So if he has a sip of beer, that means he's messed up by your logic. Is that what you're saying? Yes or no?
I don't know. I don't know his tolerance to alcohol, so I'm not going to comment on that. But there's two
possibilities. He's messed up. So you are commenting on it. You just commented on it.
No, I didn't know. You said if he had one sip. What is this? Is what I'm saying.
But that's what you said. You're commenting on it.
You guys don't think things out. You just say random things.
Here
and
we
I make
go.
a coherent argument, right? That I've thought out that has no holes in it. And then you guys have to change what I say to make it fit your narrative. I didn't say that he only had one sip of alcohol. You said if he had one sip of alcohol. I don't know how many sips of alcohol he had.
You just said he was messed up. You have no evidence. So you can't just say he's messed up.
No, you're not listening. What I said was he's either so messed up that he didn't know that he was part of that conversation, which is possible, or he's lying. We found out that he was lying. Those were the two choices. He was
so you used to do it, by the way, but other people can't. Your thoughts on this?
You can do whatever you want. When did I say you can't do it? This is what I'm saying. You people have no level of intelligence. Right?
People.
When did I ever say you can't do it? I said, is it a smart thing to do? You can do all types of dumb things. You can jump around the middle of the highway in a pogo stick. You can do that, right?
Troy says, Gary, shut up and have a beer.
Yeah, under no circumstance would I take a mind-numbing addictive poison and then consume that. There's no health benefit to that.
Hennessy says, hey, Gary, when was the last time you were wrong?
I don't know. What did I get wrong? See, this is what I'm saying. What did I get wrong? You're taking a substance that makes your brain cells not work together. That's addictive. That's a smart thing to do. That's an intelligent thing to do.
Eli says, Asmaniac Madness, Gary for president, future champ loading.
Thank you, Eli. Shout out to Eli.
Peg and Artie, according to Gary's logic, we're all idiots.
If you're intoxicating your brain with intoxicants, that's not a smart thing to do, Peg.
Peter Castro says, Gary acting like he's on crack.
No, this is what a sober mind sounds like. You guys are messed up on alcohol and drugs. This is what a sober mind sounds like.
Are you drinking caffeine in that cup? Is that coffee? Is that a drug?
This is caffeine's not a drug.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is a drug.
It doesn't alter your mind.
It's a stimulant.
You can operate a vehicle. You can operate a vehicle on alcohol.
You can operate a vehicle on marijuana. Caffeine is a drug.
I didn't say marijuana was a drug. You guys did. I didn't say marijuana was a drug. You guys did. I didn't. That wasn't me.
Oh my!
I've never seen anyone come home and beat their wife because they had too much marijuana. I've never seen that. I've seen it all the time with alcohol.
Eli Betts, I did stop him. Gary, you would just take the L one time, man. Good God.
See, this is what I'm saying. Because you people don't think things out ever.
You don't. You just got contradicted.
What's the contradiction?
Yes, caffeine is a drug. It's not that hard.
Caffeine's not a drug.
Yes, it is. It is a drug. By your logic, it is a drug.
Define drug.
I don't need to define it. By your own logic.
This This is the low level of intelligence, and this is the problem with the modern man today.
Low level of intelligence. You're a fool.
Caffeine is
We
caffeine.
laugh at you.
Caffeine is a
drug.
drug. Oh, we laugh at you. Oh, okay. Caffeine is a drug. What's a drug, Jake? I don't know. This is what you
I don't
can't
know the
make up
literal
this level
definition
of
of a drug,
Jake.
Gary.
This is the problem. You don't know what a drug is.
Caffeine is a
I
drug.
just said find a drug. You can't do it. It's like that's a razzmatazz. What's a razzmatazz? I have no idea. Then how do you know if it's a razzmatazz or not? It makes no sense.
Is a drug.
But you don't know what a drug is, so that's really
okay. So I will go. I can describe what it is. I don't have the actual literal definition of it. I can easily look it up.
You call something a drug. So when you called it a drug, what were you calling it? What did you mean by drug? That's all I'm asking.
Gary, I love how you like to just like try and like nitpick and try and like parse through words.
By
just
asking you what you meant by what you said.
It is a
I
drug.
asked you what
There's
you
not
meant
a
by what you
person
said.
who agrees
And
with you.
because you don't think things through, right? You don't know what you said because you just say things that you've heard before and you don't actually have any ideology.
It's
you
a
don't
drug.
actually think things through, but you don't know what a drug is. I asked you to define a drug and you couldn't do it.
Okay, so let's get the actual literal definition of a drug because it means so much to you. What is the definition?
It meant a lot to you.
No, it means a lot to you because you can't take the
meant a
L.
lot
You
to
lost.
you. I lost? How did I lose?
Because you directly
you said something was a drug. When asked what a drug was, you had no clue.
Tell us what a drug is then, Gary, and then explain to us how caffeine would not fall under the definition.
I would
that you already
classify a
outlined.
drug as a mind intoxicating ingredient or substance. That's how I would define a drug. Caffeine doesn't do that. Caffeine increases your brain performance. So that wouldn't fit that definition. I also don't think marijuana fits that definition. But go ahead, Jake. You don't know what a drug is, but you don't know what a drug is, but you know what a drug is. But this is a type of anti-intellectualism that is rampant. And the problem with today's man, you don't even know what you're saying. You're just saying words because you've heard other people say those words.
You're saying caffeine is not a drug. You're a fool.
Joe Douglas should have been fired 2 days before he was hired.
I mean, it's just like, just take the L, man. Then he tries to like yell at you to try and get you to say things so he could like jump on you again. Like it's a drug. Just like Adderall is a drug. Just like taking, basic medicine is a drug. You just can't accept ever taking the L. Like you got stumped and then attacked. Just like when Black Gypsy owned you this morning and then you called him feminine. Andrew C., alcohol is a drug. It is absolutely a drug. My point is there's a difference in alcohol, which you could have commercials for, beer, wine, liquor, and then you're not going to see commercials for cocaine. There's different levels of drugs. That was the point I was trying to articulate. Andrew C. says, idiot here. Nick Shine Show says, Gary logic, I'm the smartest man in the world with 3+ years sober. Troy says, imagine being at a dinner party with Gary. Mike D's nuts. Google it. Yes, it's a drug. Hennessy, simple Google, said caffeine's a drug. Of course it's a drug. That's why I'm just like, why am I arguing in circles? By every definition, caffeine is a drug. But Gary will never take the L. That's what people don't understand. He'll never be like, you're right. Good point. Smart Tassin says, my mind is numb listening to Gary. Is he on drugs? And Banks says, you are lowering everyone's IQ by talking, Gary. And then Andrew C. says, pull up the Urban Dictionary and type in drug. Andrew C., thank you. More of your calls right now. Dave Briga has called back in. Hello, Dave.
Jake, I have to apologize. I totally lost it. I totally lost it. That guy called me a loser, maybe go over the edge.
You don't have to apologize, Dave.
I just want to apologize to the commute. I really lost it. I mean, I just don't appreciate after being a fan for 61 years of this team, putting up with the losing that we have. And for that guy to call me a loser because I'm a fan of the team. That's what he said. I'm a loser because I'm a 61-year fan of this team. Okay? So I didn't mean any harm towards him, but he really stoked my fire. And he's just he's pretty much a fraud coward because he just showed up and just leaving the team. Hey, he can do what he wants. He's a fan. He can do what he wants. But let us be informed of what he really is. Okay? So I apologize to the commute. I didn't mean, I really went overboard. But I love everybody out there. I just want to call in and say, you'd have to forgive me for just losing it. But when you light my fire, baby, that's just it. He's just he just lit it up. He lit me on fire, man. So I know he's a troll and everything, but man, he just, it hits your soul and you're 61. For a guy like him to call in, and for a lot of us, I'm not the only one. We got Peter Castro, Neil, Southern Jet. He offends everybody, okay? Everybody that's a lifelong fan. He's offensive. I just want it to be known. So I'm sorry, Jake. I didn't mean to upset everybody on the show or the chat or whatever, but I just lost it, man. So don't do it again, JJ, because you're a fraud and you know it. So take care, everyone. Forgive me for just losing it.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Dave, you're all good in my book, man. I love your passion. I thought JJ was out of line, personally. He's the one who quit the Jets. He said his words. Andrew C. nails it. Briga doesn't have to apologize for anything.
Good job.
More of your calls right now. Perhaps a voice of reason is on the line.
He's home, spell is on the bed. That's what feels good. On the road, spell is on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. He calls the show, spell is on the bed. It's just more comfortable. He got a beard, loves the Jets, super cats. Where's a big fella, sleeps alone. Just a room, on his bed. Where's a big fella?
Hey, man. What's up?
Hello, big fella.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going well, man. I wasn't expecting to rumble with Gary today, but it's been a show.
Yeah, you even got into it, bro. So
it's like, dude, it's just silly. If you can't just acknowledge caffeine's a drug, then it's like, what are we doing, man? Like it's just crazy to me. But I'm not surprised. I've been doing the show for years.
Yeah, I mean, there's different schedules of drugs, but yes, it is a drug, and it does alter your mind because it makes you more aware and it affects your nervous system. So yeah, it absolutely is. So, but there's different schedules, like you said. I mean, there's cocaine, and then there's like alcohol. There's all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah. There's sipping on a beer during a call-in show and then being like, hey, he's messed up. It's like, we don't know Barbarossa's messed up because he's sipping a beer during. I thought that was an unfair attack.
Yeah, it is an unfair attack. He just doesn't like that Barbarossa is, Barbarossa talks about him and stuff like that. He doesn't like what he has to say. So then you lash out. But what are you gonna do? So yeah, I was just watching. I watched both shows, and the first show was insane, dude. I mean, it was about taxes, and then it went into boxing. I was like, what the fuck, bro? So I was like, I don't know, dude. The only advice I have is pay your taxes, dude, and try and do it on time. You can get extensions and stuff, but they always find your money. So if you want to stay with everyone else, you gotta pay the man sometimes,
Gator says, I called in once after taking 3 ibuprofen. Not proud of it.
Yeah. Gator sent me a video last night of what he did for a band, and it's amazing. He really is super talented, dude. He's super talented. The Jets, I mean, I thought Nick Faria said we were drafting Mendoza, so I don't know what you guys were talking about. I thought they were going to draft the tackle Malagoa. So, but that's I guess that's neither here nor there. You have any plans this weekend? Like you going to any games or anything like that?
Been watching the tournament for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm watching Tennessee right now. They're up by 20 on Miami of Ohio. It was scary in the beginning, but we're doing okay right now.
We haven't had the crazy upsets today. Doesn't feel like, unless I'm misremembering. We almost had it, I guess, with Kentucky losing.
Yeah, that would have been big. But no, there really hasn't been. Everything's been good so far. Duke almost losing yesterday was crazy, man. And that foul that kid did on the Siena guard, that should have been a flagrant foul, bro. Did you see that one where he stepped on his ankle and went for his he stepped on his ankle and it like injured him. He wasn't even going for the ball.
The game yesterday with High Point, yeah.
It was no, it was Siena. High Point won.
I mean, I don't know why I said High Point. I meant Siena. High Point did win. They beat Wisconsin. That was an upset.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. But no, I mean, I just wanted to say, you know, the shows have been wild, more wild than usual today. Today was something else. Black Gypsy and Gary, lace them up, man. Let's see it. You
Dave
know,
Briga versus JJ on the undercard of Black Gypsy versus Gary main event.
yeah. I mean, it's Dave Briga versus JJ. JJ, see, I don't not like JJ. I think JJ's funny, but sometimes JJ goes too far. Where you know he was just baiting. He was baiting Briga for Briga to call in without even saying it. You know that's the genius of JJ. So I don't know, but
He's
great
not retired. You know he'll be around.
Oh yeah, he'll be around. He'll be around, and he shouldn't have welched on the bet. You know, when you give your word, you're supposed to live up to it. You know that's what people do. But everybody, can't wait to see you guys sometime. You know, I'm going to Nick's draft party. I'm not gonna be able to go to Pittsburgh, but if y'all are there, you know, say hi. You know, it'd be fun. And great shows, man. And that's all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, the big fella.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Lou B right now up 55-45. So this is still a game. Like JJ could actually rally. This is not an insurmountable lead by any means. And ladies and gentlemen, look who has called back in. JJ joins us now. Hello, JJ.
You know what? I was thinking to myself, if I was to beat Lou B, who would I see next?
If you were to beat Lou B, you'd go up against Mr. Bonesy.
Okay, Mr.
If
Bonesy.
Bonesy wins, which he's the heavy favorite.
You know what? Jake, can you do me a huge favor? I know this is a lot to ask. Can you come back to me in about 5 minutes?
I could come back to you in 5 minutes.
Come back to me in about 5 minutes. I got a bone to pick with somebody.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Love him or hate him, he knows how to get people interested in whatever he's going to say next. There's no doubt. Thunder Lips is the same way. He's next. Hello, Mr. Lips.
Hey, how you doing, brother? My internet better today?
So far, so good, but we know how this goes.
Okay. Jesus is calling from freaking heaven. He's got better Wi-Fi than I did. But no, I just want to say, like, you know, I love Gary and stuff, but he is, you know, I'm a medical professional. I have a degree in medicine. I practice medicine. And yes, caffeine is a drug. Not all drugs are addictive. So he's definitely wrong on that. I mean, you don't have to, you know, grab a thesaurus or, you know, a Webster's dictionary every time that there's an argument, and, you know, that's your bottom line is go ahead and define it. You know what I mean?
That's always his go-to, define it. And if you don't know the actual literal definition to a T, jumps you on it as if like that's some, like that's always his gotcha. I've been arguing with Gary for years. Like, you know, the Gary playbook.
But he's highly entertaining, and
he's one of the greats.
Like
no one can take that away. Gary is a one seed for a reason.
Right. Well, Sunday I got the half marathon, so I'm gonna wear the Asman Show tank top. Hopefully my nipples don't bleed everywhere, but you'll get some pictures from it. Hopefully I survive. There will be some walking involved, though. I have not been sticking to my training regimen, but I just want everyone to remember that there's Reddit trolls watching this show. So all this threatening each other and, you know, crazy shit going on. They're literally on Reddit right now, cracking their knuckles, and we're proving their point for them. So let's be better as maniacs, okay?
I say fuck Reddit. Thank you, Thunderlips. Excuse my language. The Reddit people, they suck. All of them. If you don't like the show, you don't like the callers, you don't have to watch. You're still getting at least an hour typically in the first show and the second show of straight jet talk at the beginning. So screw Reddit. Reddit's just the place where the more I looked into Reddit after we talked about that thread the other day, it's just people just bitching everywhere. It's like, you know how no one ever calls like customer service to say, hey, you guys are doing a great job. Just wanted to let you know. That's Reddit. Think about that. F Reddit. Some super chats here. Hennessy says, Gary is entertaining. Would love to meet him one day. Also, I forgot to announce my retirement since I haven't called in 2 years. My bad, Jake. Thank you, Henny. Gary with a super chat. Hey, geniuses. What drug schedule is caffeine? Morons. The government doesn't classify it as a drug either. Andrew C. writes in, can Beast ref these fights? Beast, would you be interested in being the ref for the undercard and main card?
If I'm like Nick Patrick or referee Randy Anderson, I'm just gonna tell him, I'm wearing the striped shirt. Don't you put your hands on me, or you're gonna get penalized. Because back in the day, you touch a referee, that's $5,000 right there out of your pocket. Fucking diarrhea, cha.
Okay, thank you, Beast. Last chance to get in here. We're at the 2-hour mark. I do have a raffle coming up that I still need to do for the Sack Exchange signed jersey. Robin Boy Wonders is in the raffle for 2. If we go by JJ's thinking, Dave and I are longtime losers who accepted. We allowed him to troll us again. F him, we are loyal, period. Put me in the raffle. And I love your longtime loyalty to being a fan of this team, Robin. Major Poonage says, this guy JJ is awesome. FPP, Jake Asman is a drug. This show is addicting, baby. I don't know what the straight definition of a drug is for the Jake Asman show, but it's a drug. Andrew C says, JJ a bone to pick with Bonesy, maybe. Well, we go back to JJ right now, who's standing by. Hello, JJ.
You know what? I'm in the city and I'm looking for Bonesy. I'm looking for you, Bonesy.
Alden Shoe Store, perhaps? JJ? Are you on drugs, JJ? Gary's watching you. We lost JJ. Super chat from Andrew C. Thunderlips nipple tassels in the merch store. I'll see if I could get one for you, Andrew C. Only if you promise to be the model for it. You gotta wear it first so we can test it out. Rick Kent with a super chat. To answer Gary's question, caffeine is a central nervous system, CNS, stimulant belonging to the methylene class. Google is your friend. I might have mispronounced that, but I talk about a football team and not what is a drug and what isn't. More of your calls right now. Amanda Madison is on the line. She's next. Hello, Amanda.
You went to me at the worst time. We're like getting to Grand Central right now. Can I have 2 minutes? Is that-
Goodbye, Amanda. More of your calls right now. On the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is the one, the only, David T.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hi, Dick.
Hey, David.
Hey, very intense. You know, as far as Gary goes, you know, I'm a fireball, switch the beer person, and I don't sip it. You know, I chug it down and love it. And the only thing is, I'm a little afraid for Gary. I think he's having a meltdown. I think Amanda's going to crush him. Man or woman, you know, she's smart. She's a great Jet fan. She's clever. And, you know, she's going to bring it to him, I think. But as far as the Jets go, I'm still locked in on Reset 2 and 16. Don't take Mr. Simpson. And Kyle Clifton is so smart. He's way above my head, but, you know, maybe best player available or trade up or trade down. And so interesting. You know what? We got a lot to talk about the Jets, you know?
Are you going to have some drugs tonight, David T?
Well, whatever you consider drugs. I mean, I had my caffeine in the morning.
That's some drugs right there.
Well, oh man, I did my drugs, buddy.
ladies and gentlemen, the great David T.
But you don't know what a drug is, so that's really
okay. So I will I can describe what it is. I don't have the actual literal definition of it. I can easily look it up.
Something a drug. So when you called it a drug, what were you calling it? What did you mean by drug? That's all I'm asking.
Gary,
you don't know what.
Good job.
Gator's like, play this. I'm like, okay. What a show, man. We talked taxes on the first show today, and now what is the definition of a drug on the second show? We are in peak Jets offseason right now. Troy checks in. He's in the raffle for 2. Looks like we might have to ship to Canada if Troy wins. Someone should give Gary his playbook on something he doesn't know about. Women's rights. Put me in the raffle. Can this show do a Julian Sayin tape breakdown? Looks elite. We're probably not going to do it, Troy, because he's not eligible for the draft this year. So we'll have plenty of time to talk about Julian Sayin as an option for the Jets a year from now if they need a quarterback, which I believe they will. Big fella checks in. Gary is correct. Caffeine isn't a scheduled drug because it's not a controlled substance. However, it is a drug classified as a psychoactive stimulant. The more you know. Amanda Madison has called back in now that she's off the train. Hello, Amanda.
Hi. I just wanted to say there's many a drug that have performance enhancing. There's beta blockers, Vyvanse, and like Adderall and other category. So I just don't think going into technicalities is how you win an argument and projecting when you're losing and just insulting people. Black Jibs, he's a man's man. He is like the furthest thing from feminine. And I'm not going to repeat any of the things that were said earlier, but I was just so mad. I actually almost threw my phone. The blatant disrespect and just dumbness is crazy. I honestly feel like I love Hofstra, so yeah, he is doing his alma mater dirty with his calls today. That's all I'm going to say on that front. I'm trying to think about anything else. That might be it. I think we're going to be a 5 or 6 win team this season, and hopefully that's enough to get rid of AG. We know I don't like him, nor have confidence in him. I'm still curious to see what they're going to do for like our QB 2 and 3.
Have you thought about projecting your voice louder for future calls? Because everyone in the chat is talking about how you're giving people ASMR and whispering.
So
do you whisper the Jet chant when you go to Jet games?
This might be me trying to be a little less unruly, but if you guys want the full volume, I can bring that.
How about a Jet chant in the middle of Grand Central right now?
Well, just cause, or
because we can't hear you. You're not loud enough. Bring the energy. It's Friday. You're depressing all of us.
I'm depressing all of us. I came to bring some positivity to the show. And
you're not positive. We can't hear you. Be loud. Let's go. Got to be mean. You got to be angry.
All right. I'm mean. I'm angry. I'm ready. JETS. Jets.
Again, let's go.
JETS. Jets. Love this team.
Yeah.
Full die for this team.
Little inside StreamYard here. Her audio is so god awful that I boosted it all the way and we still could barely hear her. So from this point on, Amanda Madison is banned from calling in from Grand Central or the Long Island Railroad, unless she has that mic that she wore the one time. Because I can't hear it. No one can hear anything. That was an Allen level sound there. We need more. Ring of Honor JJ is called back in. Yes, JJ?
Bonesy, where are you? I'm looking for him, but the doors are locked. Bonesy, where are you? Come on, let me in. Let me in, Bonesy. Let me in. The only thing better than Auden shoes is they're closed. What's going on?
Get any of the data.
Oh, Bonesy, you're lucky. I had a bone to pick with you.
Wow. That was something. And it's not going to be enough because Lou B is in total control right now. Total control. 55-45. Lou B currently leading in the battle. Last chance to vote before we close voting.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Amanda Madison says, I'm above ground and I can be loud right now. A redemption call, if you will. Amanda Madison, try again.
Hi, guys. Is this loud enough?
Yes.
I'm like screaming. I got looks at me.
Can you hear me?
Random passers by, and I think it's drizzling.
Good job.
But I'm projecting.
Can you give us a jet chant for real now?
Yeah, look at this. I don't know if you guys have seen, this is the new JP Morgan building, just to educate on architecture, a quick digress. It's ginormous. I think there are 17 restaurants in there and a gym. But you have to pay $60 a month, even though you work there. If anyone was curious. You want the jet chant?
We need the jet chant. You got to win the people back over who couldn't hear you before.
All right. Just the one that I did. Okay. J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets.
Louder.
Okay.
Let's go. Give us another one.
Oh, God. I'm getting looks. Let me just pass this group of people. Because
have them do it with you.
None of them look like Jet fans. They all look like they're tired from a long week of work. I wouldn't want to do that to them.
You're losing the chat right now.
Oh, God. Okay. What are they saying?
They're saying, boo. How are we supposed to vote for someone who can't do a jet chant?
Oh, my God. I guess that's a fair point. Is that like the barometer, though? I don't hear other people doing jet chants on the regular. But J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets. And I just
You can't even do it
look.
fluently. You can't even do it in sync. This is pathetic. This is a disgrace.
Well, if I was in the comfort of my own home, it'd be another story.
That's not the point. You're not in the comfort of your own home. You're on the streets of New York. Let them know.
Well, maybe I'm a little shy when I'm out and about.
Well, let's hear it. We need the passion.
You know what? I need a gust buster. It's raining.
Well, then stand underneath something that has a cover on it. Find some scaffolding and let's hear it.
I'm looking for cover.
I know Gary would do a jet chant, your opponent in the round of 32. This could be a banner day for you. Everyone hates Gary right now, and you have a chance to solidify your standing with the community.
Okay. We're looking for shelter. We're en route. I'm actually jogging now in the street.
There we
I
go.
gotta buy a car. It's for the
There we
Jets.
go.
Okay.
Gary got hit by a car.
It's on my bucket list of things that I want to try before I die. All right. I've got shelter. A little out of breath now, though. Oh, God.
Yell the chant.
Okay. Can we get a beast for a second? Oh, just so I can catch my breath. God, I need to do some cardio.
Relax. Take a deep breath. Chill. There you go. Come on, you got this. You got this. Now, come on, you can do this, sweetie. You can do it. Come on, do it right here.
Sweetie.
From here. From here. From right here. Get it right here. Hit it where it hurts the most.
J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets.
That was the best one by far.
Not bad. Now that's brains. Hey, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do it, but you know what? You still got some touch.
Ladies and gentlemen, whatever that means. Amanda Madison, everybody. a work in progress. I've heard way better chants. The chat is hammering Amanda. I'll cut her some slack. Her audio sucks. But she did put the effort in with the mic there. So gotta respect the attempt. Super chat from Andrew C. Amanda on her ASMR Jet channel whispering Muji into the mic. That's what it sounded like at the beginning. I'm banning Grand Central calls. Can't have it. It's not working. All right, I'm counting raffle names. In the meantime, we just got another caller, so I will bring this guy on. J-Quest, go ahead.
What the fuck, Amanda Madison? What kind of fucking jet chant was that? If you want to beat Gary, you got to step up your fucking game and give us a real jet chant. That was fucking pathetic.
I know.
Okay?
It got better. It's a work in progress.
What the fuck was that? What?
Look, I mean, it wasn't the best. She's got to own that.
It's terrible, Jake. You got to rip into her. Come on. I know you guys are together, but still, you got to fucking rip into that shit. You can't. That's a terrible jet chant, bro. Step your game up.
I don't know what
man.
you're talking about.
You got to, if you want to beat Gary, you got to step your game up. You can't,
Show us how it's done, J-Quest. Let's see.
What do you see? What, a jet chant?
Yeah, show them how it's done.
You want to hear it, Amanda?
I want to hear it.
Jet chant. All right, not this J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. That's how you fucking do it. Not this J-E and a pause, T-S. What the hell is that? What are you doing, Amanda? You know, I want you to beat Gary, but it ain't going to happen. You doing that? Just ain't going to happen. And you know it too, Jake. You know it. Get it back on. Call back in, Amanda. Come on. Top of your fucking lungs. Let's hear it.
You guys are really putting me on the spot.
Do it.
Okay. Fuck, let me just cross the street first.
No, fuck that. Do it now.
Okay, well, it's too late because I just ran across the street. Okay. Fuck, I literally picked the most crowded corner to put me on the spot, too. And get, like, performance anxiety. So it's not ideal. I am making excuses. Please don't hate me,
you
chat.
are.
But they're
You are.
valid.
Gary's gonna trounce you with this. He's gonna kill you. Just give it
Gary
to us.
said-
Come on. Give it to us.
Okay. It's happening. Like full volume, like what you did?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. I'm just, I feel like I need time to practice.
No.
Do we think
There's no
going
practice
back
when
to
you're a
back
Jet
rounds
fan.
is even
There's no
worth
practice. We just do it. There's no
but
practice.
You know I'm newer. I'm still
I don't
learning.
give a fuck. Do it now.
Okay. In one breath too. That's God.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna scream into the mic. So take out your earphones, folks. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets.
J-Quest, your thoughts. That was the loudest by far.
A little better. But the fact that it takes her 5 minutes to do the jet chant, come on, I don't care if you're new. Someone tells you to do the jet chant, you do it, and that's it. You don't pause for 5 minutes, Jake. You got me? You feel me? You know, Gary's a tough opponent, man. He's loved and he's hated, but you know what? He's entertaining. If she wants to beat him, she's got to step her game up. That's all I'm saying.
No, I think you make some great points. Look, this is the harsh truth about winning an Asmaniac Madness. Gary might have haters, but you know what? People will still tune in and watch and want to hear what he has to say. It's not going to be easy for anyone to beat Gary, let alone a 9 seed in the next round.
Absolutely. And if JJ would have called a day earlier, I bet you he beats Lou B. You know, just you can't call when you're like losing by 20 points, you know?
It's well said. J-Quest, appreciate the motivation here.
Have a good one, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, a bunch of you decided to call in after I've already been live for 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's amazing how that works. Bobby Midnight's next. Hello, Bobby.
Hey, remember how Jay Quest crushed me last year with it? He came up with that idea. I smell like bad potatoes. Remember? He kicked me out right there. Remember that?
I do.
Yeah, he called up. What was his name?
What does this have to do with what we're talking about?
No, we're talking about, how you should win the Asmaniac. That's the way he did it last year. He beat my ass, remember?
Well, he's talking about how
That's what
Amanda
I'm
could
just saying.
upset Gary next round.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do it. You have to be entertaining. And I think she did a great job. I think she's going to crush Gary next week or whenever they go up against each other. She's going to crush him.
I think she's got a chance
Like a
because
tomato.
Gary's become very, very polarizing, more polarizing than he was a year ago.
Oh my God, taxes and caffeine now. He doesn't think that's a drug. This boy got too many. He got hit in the head too many times when he was younger. Sorry to hear that. Oh, how St. John's was 7 o'clock. You watching that game, Jake?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, St. John's is gonna win. I wanted Siena to win, but they lost. So, and Hofstra lost too. So, yeah, tonight's gonna be good. St. John will win, but I want North Carolina to win. They lost, but Duke won. Ugh. I wish they were getting crushed. So, are you going to any Nick game this year or no more? You didn't plan on going?
I'll be at some Nick games. Thanks for the time, Bob. Hold on, my audio is all choppy. Good God. Why is this? Hopefully I sound okay. Let me know in the chat because I'm hearing like a crackling noise in my ear. Dana says, vote Gary. See, Gary still has his supporters. He really does. Gator writes in, this has been the most abusive show on the internet today. I need some drugs to get over this. Take some more ibuprofen, Gator. All right. I'm pretty much done, but I can't not take a call from the Dream. So, Dream, you're next.
Jake.
Dream.
Wow, what a couple of shows today. I mean, if you want, if when Fireman has said Jet fans get a little crazy, this is what he's talking about, correct?
Oh, this is exactly what he's talking about.
Check it out. I got my strap on, hanging over the shoulder now. This should be like the championship belt type of deal.
What are you
right here.
keeping in there, Dream?
Nothing yet. Yeah,
Little Sailor Jerry, perhaps?
Why would I put it in there? It's on the table, you know?
Maybe you got a little small little handle.
It's in use. Maybe if I was going to a Jet game, I'd stick it in there, right? And we sneak past the guards, right?
This year, I expect you to be wearing that at our Asmaniac game that we choose.
Yeah, interesting. Well, there's a couple I would not go to, but yeah, I won't go to Chicago. Fuck that. Well, I mean, Beast, I don't know. You might entice me a little bit. So this Gary, Amanda, this is gonna be fireworks. I don't know, man. I was thinking Gary all the way, but look, here's the deal. I mean, when they match up, look, I'm a sucker for a pretty face and a classy demeanor, so I'm going Gary all the way. You know what I mean? No, but for real, I love Gary. Yeah, I think he could win this thing. That's why I'm going to vote. Gary got my vote, you know?
Would you say that you're doing lots of drugs by Gary's definition of drugs, Dream?
Yeah, I'm smoking drugs, drinking drugs. Yeah, you know.
Would you say
Every
you are
weekend.
drugs?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. The dog is after a lizard over there.
Look,
Asmaniacs need to know about that. So when is the Kyle Clifton jerseys ever going to be in the raffles? Is that ever going to happen?
just for you, I might have to make it happen.
Well, I mean, I asked this like a year ago. Am I coming up on a year?
I don't know. I can't keep track of time.
I think I called in first time. It was, I don't. It's almost a year, I think. But I asked for a Clifton jersey. I think he should be in the raffle. Not Clifton, but like his jersey. I know many Asmaniacs would love to rock Clifton jerseys. Me being one.
I'll see if I could get one for you, Dream. Those aren't as popular as some of the other ones.
I mean, among us fellow Asmaniacs, I think they go right to the top.
How about a jersey that says "The Dream" on it?
That'd be pretty dope as well. All right, move over, Clifton. We got a new candidate for top jersey, right?
What number would the Dream have on it?
It would have to be 00.
I think Mad Max actually has that one. Actually, no, I think his was his. I gotta look up what his was that he wore on the show that made no sense. It was. Do we not have those shirts in the store anymore? It was 01 actually. So 00 is available for you, Dream.
All right, no, I'll take that. Also, I was thinking about something today. Remember when Aaron Glenn tried to quote Herman Edwards, and he screwed up the quote? Remember that?
I do.
What he said something like, "You play to come out on top."
I think he said you play the game to win.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And I was like, I remember when he said that, and I was like, this guy can't do anything right. So,
Maybe he's on drugs.
Yeah, maybe. Right? Yeah. When he said that, I was like, oh, ooh, he's doing a callback, and then he just like bungled it. Right? I was like, come on. Whatever, but like you said, dude, in a previous episode, Glenn is very memeable. He is. He is fun. He's fascinating to watch as a head coach. He does he does things. Well, I don't know. All right. What else? What else we gonna talk about today?
No, that's about it. Been live for about 2 hours and 20
I know.
minutes.
I watched all 2 hours. It was a great show,
Yeah.
as usual. I was listening to the earlier one. I didn't see the Black Gypsy Gary rumble, because I got I was in the middle of my day. But
What did you think of my rumble with Gary over if caffeine's a drug or not?
Gary's Gary. Look, he's got my vote, but I mean, this guy. Look, hey, he doesn't like to take the. Also, back to Brigga is not a loser. JJ's a troll. He was getting under Brigga's skin. He knows how to do that. Come on, right? Nobody in this community thinks Brigga's a loser.
He's a winner.
Absolutely. Well, he won today.
That's right.
What about the my angled jersey hasn't shown up yet?
I'll send you the
said
tracking info, Dream.
You said it could take like 4 weeks, correct?
Yeah, it varies 3 to 5 weeks.
All right. Also, this beast gift, this incoming beast gift, I'm going by Monday morning, a UPS store. I'm gonna mail it out to him. He gonna love it.
I'm excited for him to see it, Dream.
I doubt we can pair up each other where he can unbox it or I can watch, but it's probably gonna happen when I'm busy. You know what I mean? But like he can open it up and do. But did you get my second email about the thing, the extra thing that has to go in the box for the?
Oh, I got
to complete the gift, correct? Yeah.
Reset.
Just listening to a band called Pig Destroyer.
Waiting to die. You do they know? Toy supplies.
La Puerta Negra.
Is there any truth to the rumor you're having Knoble on your show?
Maybe.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Charles? I'm the Canobly, and I'm playing for the Jets next year. You better get used to it, motherfucker, because I'm coming to get you.
Did you see the interview we did with Knoble yesterday when he called in?
No, I did not.
I'm just kidding, Charles. I love you, man. You're the greatest. I just want to be your friend, okay? So, please do my friend. Motherfucker!
All right. Charles, thank you for the time today. Last night on a radio.
I see you, baby.
All right. Hopefully my audio is fine. It was getting worse, and I just thought I could make it to the end of the show, but I wasn't expecting to get 15 calls when we were 2 hours and 10 minutes in. I do have a raffle still to get to, counting the names for this signed Sack Exchange jersey, which I will send out potentially tomorrow with the other raffle winners for the items we'll give away during our Saturday show. But we also have to declare a winner in Asmaniac Madness. And I'm excited to do so because, ladies and gentlemen, it is official. Lou B is moving on to the round of 32. Lou wins 54-46 over JJ. 384 votes were cast. You have to wonder what would have happened if JJ didn't decide to call in for the first time when he was already down 55-45 about an hour into the show. But ladies and gentlemen, that's JJ's problem because Lou B's moving on. And he joins us now. Lou, congratulations. You will take on the winner of tomorrow's Mr. Bonesy versus Michael Levinson showdown. Unmute your mic so we actually could hear the words coming out of your mouth.
So thank you so much, everyone. But Jake, the first thing I asked you about this competition was, is there any rules? And you said there are no rules. So what I would like to do is give my seed to Beast and enter him back into the competition.
Oh, you can't do that. There's
Why?
rules.
Beast deserves to be. Oh, can I pull a partner? Can Beast be my partner?
I mean, he could be, like your manager or whatever, your spokesperson. You could involve
no
him.
rules. Beast deserves to be in this competition.
There's no
He
rules
deserves.
in regards to like how you could campaign for yourself or what you could do to try and get votes, but you can't take your spot and give it to someone else.
All right. Well, I think Beast deserves to be in the competition, but I'll gladly take on Bonesy after my journey that I had today with what went on here. So Bonesy or whoever, I'm ready. And thank you everyone that voted. And I hope to see everyone at the draft party and any Jet game. I'll be there. Appreciate the vote.
Lou, congratulations. If you want Beast to be on your team, if you want
He
him
is
to be
welcome
part
to
of
be-
your ring walk out to the main stage,
He
you
is.
can do that.
Beast. I offered him plane tickets. He doesn't even call me back, Beast. Beast.
I don't have your telephone number there, Canal.
All right, Beast. I said anytime you want to come to any game, I got you.
Just have a grill ready, and I'm bringing my specs, but I need an apron and a chef hat and a sign that says, "Don't touch my grill when I'm cooking."
Beast, I tried to get you back in. I tried. I tried my hardest.
Back. If I'm using this hot sauce, that means stay back because this will kick you in the ass around it too, and it's not a laughing matter. Now let's get going. Move along, boys.
I see you, baby.
All right. Incredible. Lou, congratulations. There's no rules, but there is a rule against what you tried to do. But hey, Beast could be your manager. Let's see. Have I caught up on super chats? I think I am. All right. We have all the raffle names accounted for. I see JJ is still on the line. JJ, would you like to give a concession speech to the community?
All right, congrats, Lou. Nice work there, man. You got a tough matchup against Bonesy. Hey, listen, it was fun calling in today. I am retired, so I'll see you guys maybe in August. I gotta go, but it was fun. I felt rejuvenated. I do want to point out one thing. After Dave Brigger called in and said he gave a fake apology, he wrote in the chat, JJ's a bum 3 times. I counted it. So, Dave Brigger, you're still a loser. That doesn't mean that anybody older than the age of 80 is a loser for being a Jets fan. It just specifically means Dave Brigger is a loser. But I love you guys. It was fun calling in. It's funny because a lot of people in the comments were like, if JJ would have called in earlier, he would have a chance. No, this happened the way it's supposed to. Lou B, hell of a caller. I'm happy for him. Go beat Bonesy. Bonesy is a Joe Douglas supporter. I missed him. I wish he was at work today, but he wasn't. But I love you too, Bonesy. I love you too, Lou. Go win. And Jake, it was awesome calling in. I'll see you guys maybe in August. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Brigga has already responded to JJ by saying you're a bum. Well said, Dave. Well said.
Bang!
We'll see JJ before August. It's just so dumb. If JJ started calling in, that would have been a really fun, him and Lou B. That would have been a great one. But instead, the real deserving winner was Lou. He didn't quit the Jets like JJ did. Well done. All right, I'm ready to raffle away a Sack Exchange autographed jersey to a listener. Let's bring on the master of raffle ceremony.
I see you, baby! This is DOA Crush, reminding you the disciples of Apocalypse are here to tell you we're ready to give away a nice jersey for somebody. Now, let's go to that 2026 Wheel of Champions and let's spin a wheel and get a winner. Let's take it, boys.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Well done, Beast. Hit the music. Here we go. Hey, good luck to everyone. This is, of course, all the entries from our 2 shows today. If you win, you have to email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, your name and address, so I know where to send your winning raffle prize to. And this is one of the better ones we've done here on a Football Friday. Again, thanks to everyone for your support. This show is not possible without you. Didn't think we'd be talking about caffeine and what a drug is. And on the first show, paying taxes. But that is what this show is all about in a way. Here we go. Good luck to all. But only one can win. And right now the winner is... Cisco Lopez. God, he is on quite the run. Cisco, again, that's like his 3rd raffle win in the last week. Let's go, Cisco. Well deserved. He's your winner today. Hit it, Fireman Ed. Cisco, I said it earlier, but if you're still watching, your signed Joe Namath helmet you won in last week's weekly raffle. I got an email that it should have arrived, I believe, today. So congrats to Cisco. Well-deserved, awesome listener. And he's got a Namath helmet and now this signed jersey by each member of the Sack Exchange for his collection. Hey, big thank you to everyone who tuned in. Wild shows, a lot of fun. Gary, don't do any drugs this weekend, all right?
Oh, I won't. I won't. I would just what schedule was caffeine on? Because U.S. classifies all drugs. Which schedule was caffeine on?
I'm gonna go drink some caffeine.
Oh, it don't know what a drug is, so that's really
okay. So I will. I can describe what it is. I don't have the actual literal definition of it. I can easily look it up.
Something a drug. So when you called it a drug, what were you calling it? What did you mean by drug? That's all I'm asking.
Gary,
you don't know what.
Good job.
Everyone have a good Friday night. We're back tomorrow with a Saturday show. Congrats again to Lou B. And then reminder, Bonesy in action tomorrow against Michael Levinson. Like the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Again, go Jets. Don't quit on them like JJ. And we'll talk to you soon. Hit it, Beast.
I caught a little bed bite. I got something to get rid of them. A little spray and a little bit of salt.
You got a bed bug bite?
Yeah, in the leg, but I'm not gonna worry.
Do you have bed bugs?
No, I keep my floors. My floors are always fresh, and I also do a little.
What about your bed though? Are there bed bugs on your bed?
No, I checked it yesterday.
Those can be very problematic.
Beast, you said you're using salt to combat bed bugs?
Oh, heavy salt. That's the best way to get rid of them. You know why? They don't like that stuff. Oh, you know what? I don't care.
All right.
What's the plan with the salt? Are you just going to sprinkle it on the bed? How does this work?
I'm going to put it all around the floor slowly. Then I'm going to put some under the mattress.
I really don't think salt is the way to go.
This is the saddest of the saddest. I don't know what the hell you all are smoking, but this is a load of crapola.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.